First one here, bitches.
Oh, bidet. Oh, bidet. Oh, bidet.
Tourists.
Boop.
I can't remember what they were called, but they were the basically the horse clan. Like that's and then
Hi guys.
the ones that were the econs.
How are we doing this evening? I hope y'all are doing well. Thank you, Jonan, for the check-in. Hi, AK. How are you doing this evening, sir? I hope you're doing well. I'm just kind of setting up my dice at the moment. Just kind of.
Look at this dude getting second.
Oh, Wiccan gets second. AK, you could have gotten second. You chose not to, huh? I see how it is. You don't want to be on my list. Tell me not to buy it yet. Buy what? What are you trying? Are you talking about
Your third place? You're late, but that's okay.
And now you
There's
get
still
third.
room. Smile.
Are you talking about the? Oh, I was about to say the arcane.
Well, hell, I mean,
That's your prerogative, sir. You can do what you want. It's your damn money. If you want it, you want it. If you don't, you don't. I mean, it just you gotta suffer with the consequences of purchasing it. That's all I gotta say.
because it was called the.
That is all I'm going to tell you.
It was called the Last Shadow for a reason. That was the reason why he goes, yeah, it's the last shadow you'll ever see, and because of how big it is, and there had only been, from what I don't believe, I know it was a single digit. I don't believe it was more. He goes, oh, the Terry had said there was like five other writers of the Last Shadow. Her great grandfather was like the last.
All right, give me just a second, and we're gonna start doing some shout outs real quick before I rejoin the rest of the party.
And they actually like her great grandfather was like actually was one that. I made him blow his load all over himself.
Staff Sergeant Gray.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Move that over there.
Redemption 2, that is not a game. Oh my god, I missed all of them. They were right all. They were in a fucking line in front of me, and I missed every single shot.
Poor Tango.
Wiccan, can you clip that? It's an absolute.
Poor Tango. Just a second. There we go. Move that back over there. Okay, and then
I want one.
You're doing pretty well, yeah.
I'm not a blurry water bucket.
I figured as much.
Ouch.
Do you want to talk about it?
It's not something
You painted an outline around her, like you didn't even touch her.
gosh.
Chamber, you're insane. You better.
Oh my god. What the
All right.
If I'm not mistaken,
I think that's everybody.
from Vox Machina,
No,
did I not see at some point in the
he's not here. At least I don't think.
Didn't I see Grog change into something else?
The King of Dingus.
Oh my god.
Hammer time.
Whee!
Back up. Pop me up.
All right.
Hammer. 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 Hammer.
All right. I think now is a good time where we can switch on, like, get everybody in here.
There was five before Jake. Jake was number 6.
In the clan, there was 3.
There was 3 within the Omathakai.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Awesome.
there was
Jake was the third one.
history.
It had been 4 generations before Jake. That was the last one that had. Wow, that's crazy.
Mm.
So it was like her. No, it was her great grandfather. Then was the last.
My grandfather's grandfather was Toruk Makto.
Yeah, writer of Last Shadow. All I'm asking for is a fucking Ekron. I'm not asking for a fucking Last Shadow. Could you imagine me riding a fucking Atticus riding a fucking Last Shadow? That would be fucking awesome.
God.
That'd be
also,
OP
can
as
I
fuck.
Imagine if you don't
I
do
was
something
saying,
right.
I
and
mean-
that could be staff would
I
fuck-
mean,
it would
I could
fuck
see
your
you
ass
sitting
off.
there if Thaola transformed back into a dragon. I could sit there and see you, like riding on top of her and then just diving the fuck off into like gun, like freaking weapons
Hell.
out,
Oh.
sitting there
Better
falling
yet.
like, "Watch out, motherfucker! I'm coming
No.
for your ass!"
Full of
It's
grog,
pull it. It's
jump
pull it.
off your back, smash into the ground, and then scream in rage.
Yeah. I was just thinking, I'm like, he jumps off the back of, like, whenever Grog jumps off the back of Aquila, and he just dives in, just full on, like, Halo jumping without a parachute, just
Yep.
midair. He puts his knuckles together and just gets bigger and just hero lands right there on the, and creates a shockwave.
Well, what's funny
speaking of which-
is, so since you weren't here last night, because you were having a headache, you did technically fly out of the ship, and you
Yeah.
tried to do a hero landing, and you landed right on your face. But
Yeah, I
you
was
got up,
told.
yeah, and you got up and just started just
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
you're the
told.
only person who
Unfortunately,
saved
and
civilians.
you saved a fair maiden.
Yep.
The only person who saved somebody.
oh really?
Yep.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You came flying out and you had both your weapons out carrying this maiden and you were going around smashing and killing things and then somebody had to
Yeah.
get your
Did y'all?
Why's,
Did
why's,
y'all?
why's the good shit always happen when I'm not here?
Did you tell him about what Luna did?
Oh god.
Okay,
No,
I gotta-
not here.
Okay, I have to
You
tell
remember
this.
that Eric Tucker friend,
Okay.
right?
So I transformed into a giant eagle, and so I picked up Luna and Ora, and we're just flying through, and I sit there and I chuck both of them. And Luna sits there and starts freaking changes into her like natural state and starts freaking cartwheeling.
Frisbeeing.
Like, frisbeeing through the air like a fucking ninja star.
Just a moment, if I may.
Okay.
Thank you, Tag, for the
He got
That was-
somebody gave him biddies.
Well, somebody gave him beaties.
Someone gave him biddies.
Itty
Nice.
bitties or big bitties?
100 biddies.
So decent biddies.
Decent biddies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Besides bitties.
I wanted to at least respond without.
Yeah,
it
since we haven't
blasting
started
across
yet.
the-
I mean, we're still just
Yeah.
chilling.
Yeah, I decided to switch to my actual like my large cam D&D set that I got.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm just sitting here on my just chatting screen. Hey, get out!
What?
hold on
Money?
a second. Hold-
Loki came in.
Loki's in here.
Oh,
Go
Hold
on. She's out.
That's like,
She's out.
hi. Cat's just like,
Loki
but I
wants
want
attention.
attention.
She,
I mean, yeah, we didn't think about it when we named her Loki. To be honest, oh, I see. So I'm assuming you were around yesterday then, whenever I smashed into the ground.
yep.
Well,
dust,
thank you.
Dust
I'm
flying
sure-
in the air.
I'm sure those 100 biddies should translate well into gold, so I can get healed up. Have we had a rest, or are we in the middle of?
We're on
Ah,
the ship flying away from the
Glow,
city. And it's
Ma'am!
crumbling,
Yeah.
What the fuck? You
Huh.
sit there and you first off buy me Baldur's Gate, and now you give me 1,000 biddies? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know what's wrong with her. I mean, only thing I know that's wrong with her is she didn't throw those this direction either. I see how it is.
Don't tempt me.
Anyways,
She buys me
Talk-
Baldur's Gate earlier today, and now she's sitting there dropping 1,000 biddies over here. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you doing this?
Because I fucking can.
That's a
Oh,
bitch
so that was love.
move.
All right, now, children. Back with my coffee, and it's 8:01.
Yep.
Are we ready to begin?
Right
Well,
as
we're
Dick in the
going
box
to
started
go to
playing.
bed.
Yeah.
we were telling Wiccan what Luna did to the air Contra.
All right,
So
well,
she
you guys
didn't
go ahead and
start
keep
Oh,
catching them up. I'll be back in a
Oh
minute.
yeah. So I got
Okay.
So
to.
she
I
didn't start in the
hang on.
air.
I gotta tell him what I did to Bird Brain. I gotta tell him.
Oh,
What about the fact that Luna came
Damn it.
across and she came through and she smacked him in the face a couple times with her
Yeah,
tentacles.
thanks, Jay.
Yeah, she sat there and smacked him in the face a couple of times, but I came flying in as the eagle and landed right on his back. He was prone because Tal
Actually,
had.
landed on his back and
but-
scrapped his hand.
Hang on,
Hold on a
hang
second.
on.
Y'all are talking over one another. I can't hear anything that's being
So-
said.
So Tal had used the Bird Brain's own loot against him, so his arms and legs like broke. So he was
Bones
prone
were
on the
broken.
ground. He tried flying and he landed face first on the ground. And so I came in flying as an eagle, landed on his back and put his head in one of my claws and just started squeezing. And his eyes looked at me as I sat there and told him, I was like, you thought that you were just going to get away with just a couple of rocks to the face? And he started panicking because he realized who I was.
Oh man.
And just started squeezing and squeezing. And then then we saw Lunasta coming in. And so I was like, this is not my fight. So I started flying into the air. And and then I go to drop him. And Bastion throws one of those stones at him, and it teleports him over to the castle, and he just explodes.
No.
know-
He threw the one that he threw at the dragon, which caused him to go blink.
You know
He
what?
blinked out of existence.
That makes me think of something.
Hmm.
I will probably ask Tango this later. If we throw one of those stones at someone,
You don't
can
have
we
any.
utilize? Huh?
You don't have any. You don't have any.
I'm not saying I
Bastion's the only
did,
one that has-
motherfucker. I'm saying it was a
It's a
hypothetical fucking question.
Yeah, hypothetical.
if you throw one of those stones at someone, can it act as if, like, as soon as it impacts them, it'll teleport them away?
Anything in the blast radius as part of the castle was already destroyed as well. Because Bastion found the ritual chamber that Charlemagne was using to funnel his power into becoming a fiend, and destroyed that chamber using the same orb of awesomeness. And then later on, the Fey King destroyed all of Avernus, sucking it into a vortex into hell itself.
Oh shit.
Okay, that doesn't
Yeah.
answer my
Once-
question.
once the way he's-
Which
anything that is in this radius of it is destroyed, and it's a very large radius.
so and the Fey King was the twin brother of
Arlen.
Barlin, the fiend that put the technically the curse on me.
Right.
So
I got that much, but that didn't answer my question though.
He's wondering about the one that made the Eric Hakra kind of
No,
blink out of existence.
No, any sort of stone that has that ability, can you essentially throw it at someone, and then it teleport them and the stone itself off to somewhere else? So hypothetically, throw it at somebody, and make them like teleport like 1,000 feet in the air, so they then fall to their death.
Oh, you're talking about your teleportation stones.
I'm talking about a
There has-
teleportation stone.
Well, right, but you're talking about the items I've given you that allow you to teleport to places you've already been, right?
Right.
yeah.
Okay, well, it operates in the sense that there is a more or less conscious decision being made when it's in your hand.
Oh, gotcha.
It
Okay,
free
so it
falling
actually
through the air and
required-
then contacting somebody else. They are now in control of what happens with their teleportation, as long as they know what it is that
Got it.
they're using.
Gotcha.
Got it.
Uh,
Okay,
if
so
they're
that was the
unaware of what
question.
it is, they accidentally like trigger it. It might be a bit jarring for them, but yeah, I mean, really, that's about it.
That was
there has to be
essentially
a conscious decision.
That was essentially the answer that I was hoping to get from that inquiry was if it
I
has
realize
to
you're
be.
talking about the teleportation stones.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was talking about.
All right.
I thought you were talking about the ones that Bastion's got.
All right.
Nope.
I'm switching over.
Yeah, me too. If we're all ready.
I'm ready.
Yep.
All right, let me get you guys on here so everybody
And then-
can hear you too.
And then we have to roll for stupid.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Roll our stupid checks.
Everybody roll for stupid. Stupid checks.
All right.
Let me pull it back up so I can do that. God damn it.
I'll go first, I guess. Oh fuck! Of course. Oh, I thought.
And that was
okay.
oh my gosh. Glow, baby.
I got a 5.
Now it's your
Well-
turn tonight.
Oh, yes. Okay, I got a
I
plus
got a
1.
5.
Okay,
Bye.
so
Oh,
shit.
no.
Somebody
Okay.
remind me, what is a 5 again?
That's a
I
minus
did.
2.
-2.
-2.
Okay,
That's
so
got a plus
Uh,
2.
I got a plus 1. I will take a
Oh.
plus 1.
I've deactivated the command on my side. Do you have that command, Allie?
For what?
Or Jay Jay and Ty both use stupid command.
Oh no, I don't have the stupid command on my side.
Yeah, and I had disabled it because I need to work on the coding for it.
All
Anyway.
right, now I need to where'd my pen go?
But when
This bot
Glow and
does
I
not like me.
Glow and I had entered it at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Actually, Glow, me, Demon, and Allie and Seth, and basically everybody hit it at the exact same time except for Jonan.
I waited
Like-
a second.
So it popped up though. I immediately almost reacted like I had a 1 because I that was the first thing I saw.
Yeah, but then
This
you gotta
bot
look
doesn't
at it.
like me.
Yeah.
This is
I
the
got a
It
I
has
haven't
not
had a
liked me for
positive
the past
roll
few
in
days.
weeks.
good.
I am complaining
Good.
about your rolls. I have not had a positive in my rolls in weeks.
Good. You're the DM. You're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to.
I shouldn't even be rolling this, okay? I'm doing
Then
this for
don't.
your benefit.
You're the DM.
You sure you want me to do
Magically
that?
just have a -5.
Imagine if I had a +5 last night.
Oh, if you'd have rolled a nat 20, yeah, that would have been
That's
reason
why
enough
I'm
for me to
saying.
get up. I'd be like, yep, fuck this, I'm out.
All right.
Well, I had rolled a 1 yesterday, so I had a -5 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you rolled a nat 1 yesterday?
You rolled a
I
nat one. That was
did.
stupid.
Holy crap.
He indeed did.
It's kind of my fault that role's ever been instituted, but
But I like it.
It is. If you guys want to blame anybody, there's your culprit.
that's
Atticus,
me.
go get him.
To be fair, it was a mutual idea. Him and I kind of workshopped it, so it's kind of partially your fault too, Tango.
Yep. We can't-
Don't you bring me into this.
So
I was never even a
Sir,
thought to me.
sir,
I'm glad you're coming out with me.
Sir, I may have put the key in the ignition, but you're the one that fucking turned it. Because if I'm not mistaken, are you not the DM? You did not have to institute this, sir, but you did.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Wiccan on that one.
Yep. Me too.
No crime on my side.
Hey, if you don't want to find out that your pillow is secretly a mimic waiting to eat you in the middle of the night, you best watch your tone.
You know what?
Hey,
If that
that's not
motherfucker
very
tries to
funny,
eat
'cause
me,
I'm
I'm
actually
gonna eat
laying
it
down
first.
right now.
What?
He's talking to me. So
Yeah, but still, that makes me think about it. Oh.
How did you pull off 9 nat 20s in a row? Your dice are loaded, dude.
oh,
Who?
absolutely.
Loaded.
We thought Jonan's dice were loaded. The fuck?
Okay.
I want some of that.
No shit,
Last
man.
night, where we ended, everybody was back on the ship, heading somewhere away from there. You guys left a
Inquiry.
massive divot in the ground. What?
I was.
Inquiry.
Yeah.
Rested or not?
You're on the ship after the battle. There's been no time for rest yet. That
Okay,
requires
so I
8
haven't been
hours.
healed.
We're immediately after ending the session. There's been no time in between. Everybody was
so-
just going below deck to have themselves a drink and celebrate after defeating Charlemagne and destroying Avernus.
Yep.
And more or less coming out victorious. And
I'm
you
still
had
showing
successfully
some-
saved. What?
I'm still showing some damage, so I wanted to see if
Yeah.
that had been
Oh yeah.
tended to.
We took
or...
additional damage actually that I hadn't that you have on top of that as well. So
you
but
tell
there
me what
will
it
be
is.
time.
Yeah, there'll be time to rest.
Well, you took 32 damage from falling, but there'll be time to rest. There will be, so don't worry too much about that.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, I
I
decide
just
start
wanted to.
random
I wanted to
combat shit.
account for it on my page. That's all. So
Because like one of the things that happened is like right before the end of the session, like before you got on the ship, you had saved a fair maiden, and we hadn't introduced anybody to her yet, or even told you what kind of species she was, or how tall
Alright.
she was. I just said she was a fair maiden, and you had her draped over your shoulder when you carried her out of a exploding building, and proceeded to continue slaughtering a bunch of dudes, creating what I could have only described as the bloody mess perk from Fallout. And so she's
my
covered
God,
in it.
that
You're
just
covered in
sound-
it.
I'm
And y'all
sorry,
are
that
trying to
sounds
go back
awesome.
downstairs.
I just
Yeah,
picture
you all
me
going-
running around in slow motion, just with my warhammer.
Oh, you didn't just have
Yeah.
your warhammer out. You have both your warhammer and your sword.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm dual wielding that
You were
shit.
dual
Nice.
wielding it. Yeah.
Yep.
You were
and
You
lying.
I
decided to
say
take some negatives and still managed to just plow through everybody.
Yep. And Bastion offered me a drink.
And no one
I
even knows
think
my
it was
name
great
yet.
that I think the best part was the fact that you face planted and then you got up in rage mode.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, wouldn't you if you fell on your face like that? I know I would.
You had a grog moment.
Uh
You know, like that moment where Scanlan punched him in the face.
huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's essentially what happened.
I'm glad I get that reference now, having completely watched all 3 seasons of Vox Machina.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Oh,
that
yes,
show.
maybe season 4.
I'm looking forward to a Hell of a Boss season 2.
Oh yeah. Well, there's
Oh no,
that.
season
and-
3. Excuse me.
Yes.
Wait, what? Season 3?
No, season 2. We're not in season 3 yet.
I thought. Well,
Oh, Hell of a Boss. Sorry. Or do you mean has been?
I meant has been season 2.
Yeah, has been season 2.
All right. Well, we're moving forward.
Okay, let's go.
Moving
Yes,
forward.
sorry.
Right.
We're getting
Anyway.
outside conversation. You're getting far away from the game. Moving
Yes, we
forward.
are.
So that all happened. end of the session, everybody was like, all right, we're going to go celebrate. So that's what we're doing. We also need to introduce our new player. We have Sapphire, who is our new Dragonborn Paladin. She is quite the powerhouse of character. She is very tanky, and she is looking for well, she's looking for blood. She's ready to kick some ass and take some names. And unfortunately, she didn't get to do much of that yesterday. During the whole expanse of all 16 of you and initiative, it took us 2.5 rounds to get through 2.5 hours of game time. So it was quite, yeah, it was quite the ordeal. But
and
we
then you were
managed to get
losing
through
track
it.
of who was going where.
Yeah, it did happen a little bit, and I do apologize. It happens when I got that many people running combat. It's why I had actually initiated the idea of having a second team to play the anti-party, so I don't have to play everybody.
Oh goodness.
Interesting.
Now,
Well, we don't have many left from the anti-party
on,
anymore,
hold on.
do we?
Are you kidding?
Or are they all dead now?
No.
Hold on,
they are
I'll be
not.
back.
Oh.
I highly
Well-
doubt it, because
Well, I mean,
I hope I killed him.
well, drunk was still underneath the rubble, passed the fuck out when the explosion happened.
let's see. We have
The
killed.
hang on.
Sorry.
Drunk is the Goliath monk.
Is that the one that Dingus had binged in the head with the
Yeah.
blessed cucumber?
Yep.
Yes,
Nice.
yes, it is.
So he was passed out underneath the
excuse me.
rubble.
Not Dingus, Asmodeus.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, he was.
got,
So we don't know if he's still alive. He could be dead for all we know.
Right.
The
he
Eric
just got
Cochra's
dragged
dead.
down with, yeah.
The Eric
He could be
Cochra's dead. Lunasta's dead. The woman that.
Hey, I gotta deal with one of my kids for a minute, guys. I'll be back.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
take your time.
The halfling.
We had the
that was,
halfling and the gnome. They're both dead. And the
Yep.
woman
That's
that Karn killed.
Wow.
Who did Karn
Lots
kill?
of bloodshed. How many did I kill in that
Oh,
rage?
her. Wait, she wasn't even technically. I don't think she actually had. She was part of the anti-party, but I don't think she had gotten her. I don't think she got the same shit as they did, because she kind of got decapitated.
Yeah.
Which, if she had the same stuff as the rest of those guys did, she probably would have came back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
It's
being
freaking
decapitated though, that's kind of a loss. Just saying.
Yeah, but remember, the Eric Hopper got hit and nearly got hit in the neck, and he regenerated.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Well,
So
being
technically, she had the same
nearly,
stuff as
nearly and decapitated are on opposite ends of the spectrum, my
Well,
dear.
I mean, you also have to realize when
she was hanging, she wasn't fully decapitated. She had like a small piece, like keeping the rest of her head still attached to her body.
But the
So
but
99.5, got it.
but the halfling that was at the mimic village, they sat there
Yeah,
and
he got
kept tearing him the fuck apart, and he just kept regenerating.
Exactly.
Oh, man, that's a hell of a way to go, to be honest. To live in a...
pull the puff apart.
Speaking of that, I don't know why that made me think of it, but there was somebody had made the suggestion that okay, anybody ever played the game Operation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had suggested that toy exists inside of the Toy Story universe, and that character is in a constant state of trauma.
Oh.
Probably. I would not doubt it.
Just constantly in pain
Yeah.
all the time. and it was weird because they showed it next to an image of like Woody being like operated on, and it just popped into my head just then. I was like, man, that would suck to be like basically being pinned down and torn apart to the point where you constantly regenerate only to get torn apart again.
Yeah.
Like if Deadpool was being pulled apart by somebody.
Yeah, but
I mean, that guy regenerates every time he does lose it. I mean, yeah.
I mean, he's been torn in half, and he still regenerates.
In the comics, he's had his head ripped off his body, and he regrew his whole body.
Oh yeah. In fact, in the Marvel Zombies, he had his head. He was actually bitten, and he cut his own head off to survive.
But yeah, there's a whole like thing, but so I think we have majority of the because Charlemagne's, as far as we know, as far as the fake team has told us, he's dead.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But there was still quite a few, I think, left.
I don't know,
I
but
mean, depending on how they've been dealt with, they could be alive.
But we also I don't think this was told to you, but Karn, the guy that was that slept with Travasi.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
What happened to him?
He's actually a vampire, and now he has a ring that can summon a black dragon.
Oh.
Yeah, he stole that off Bird Brain.
Is it
Bird
at
Brain
all?
had-
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I was saying, I think Bird Brain probably was the ring bearer of dragons.
Interesting. Is it all not like? Is it a good thing or a bad thing that Pravasi, being a blood hunter, ends up with a vampire?
I thought it was funny.
Don't know.
Is it ironic, or is it more or less, are y'all gonna be doing a mutual
I don't know.
you're hunting for blood so you can feed your vampire boyfriend?
I did not.
Or is it gonna be more of a friends with benefits sort of thing?
I don't know.
God.
That brings up a lot of questions now.
You kill him, he drinks him.
Yeah, I mean,
you
basically what you have is you have another you have a freaking Astarian. That's what you have.
I
No.
really do.
It's
I
her
really
suck
do,
buddy.
though.
Oh,
It's
no.
it's her suck buddy.
Oh God!
Oh my god.
I don't know. It's just exactly the one thing I hear. I immediately think of somebody just biting into somebody, and that's how they're getting sucked off.
Oh my god.
I think of something completely different. Just saying.
Of course you. But you know what? Hey, I wanna remind everyone of something right quick. That it is, in fact, this isn't mature content. Trust me.
No, I know.
There's been far worse in previous times, but I want to make sure to clarify, at least from my side.
But there we also do have Glow has a disclaimer
Yeah, I have a disclaimer.
that'll rotate every 40 minutes saying that this is mature.
Let me see if it's still
Hey.
active.
Hey, I'm gonna
Well,
need a few minutes here, guys.
You're
Hey,
good.
listen. Somebody had an accident in the bed. I'm gonna need some time.
Okay.
I need y'all
Oh,
to
take
be
your
big
time.
players for me and take care of in-game character actions for a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Saf, introduce yourself. You guys be in character for a minute, okay?
Okay.
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 Try and introduce ourselves in character. What?
No, I have to introduce myself because I haven't really even been asked what my name is in character.
So I assume we're all together, though.
I figured
now.
that
Yeah,
we're all
we're all
down
on the
below
same.
deck having a drink.
Well, just because
Yes.
multiple times beforehand I had been in different places from everybody else, and there was confusion.
Yeah,
so-
so
For
no, you're
simplicity's sake, we're all in the same area.
Got it.
yeah, we're all
Okay.
on the ship.
Proceed forward. Yes.
So, I guess after the conversation me and Bastion and I have, we head down to the galley to sit there and partake in drinking with everybody.
And
Sounds like a plan to me.
So I walk up to Solara and say, "So, Solara, who happens to be your dragonborn friend that we have here?"
I don't think I had the chance to ask her name while we were running away from everything, and
I see.
I did notice that she has the same armor as Zyron, though.
Oh,
The same
Interesting.
symbols on it.
so
Same symbols on it.
pray tell.
But she says she's not part of the clay.
So pray tell,
Agreed.
Dragonborn, what may be your name?
I put down my mug of ale and I say, "My name is Sapphire."
Sapphire.
Mm.
Lovely to meet you, dear.
I do
Likewise.
apologize for
Yeah.
never asking, but I think we were all a little busy trying to get away from the chaos.
Hey, I love the chaos as I tip back my Raisdale toward our new companion.
Now, if I recall correctly, you were in the dungeon because you were drinking too much.
We're not gonna talk about that too much.
Hey, if there's any reason to be down in the dungeon, that sounds like a right. Can I get another one, please?
I mean, the fact that someone decided to grab my, I would say, holy butt, and I turned around while I was drinking, poured the ale over their head, and proceeded to punch my, fist through their face. Yeah, they threw me in the dungeon for that.
What was it that that Goliath said from God? What was the name of that village we went through? I thought I heard him say, "I'm confused and aroused right now."
Oh my goodness, Atticus! I swear,
I don't know where he got that one from.
I don't either. The only Goliath I remember was the one that was the monk that was attacking us. Where did this come from?
Okay, out of character. I was trying to
I know.
emulate- okay.
I'm sitting there playing in to just.
Okay.
Playing our characters.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah,
Okay, I
we're
was like,
just
wait a minute.
we're trying to just have a good time because we're all drinking.
Yeah.
We're all kind of hyped up after the excitement of killing.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just like, perfect opportunity.
wait.
Sorry.
Travasi, your father became a fucking fiend.
He became a fiend.
He was a fiend, and the Fey King was battling him when we were with Bastion down in the dungeon, found this weird orb that was dripping blood all over it. He told us he was going to blow it up, which, from the looks of it, when we were running away, he certainly did.
Am I drunk or am I hearing a fucking echo in this place now?
I think so, you're drunk.
I don't think so. I've not even had 2 ales yet, so it must be a fucking echo in this place.
I don't know.
That's questionable, but at least we're having a good time.
Absolutely.
Hi.
Okay, we didn't lose anybody, right?
No, nobody's gone. Nobody's
we
dead.
all-
Somebody joined.
No allies.
Well,
No
well,
allies.
Saf is the Sapphire is the only one that is our newest ally.
With no
Well,
deaths.
me and my
No deaths.
little dragon friend.
I would say she has her little
Pseudo dragon.
pseudo
I'm
dragon.
Reason why I asked if we had any allies lost, because I was going to say to our fallen comrades. that kind of-
No.
No, I don't think nobody died.
Fair enough.
Except for the bad guys.
Well,
There was opportunity
No.
to drink.
Well, I
and
mean, we
to
can
pay.
sit there and say for the fallen that were at the previous town.
Innocents.
That's true. So,
Yeah?
if I
well,
may,
there's also to consider Lunasta as
I would
being
say,
one of
yeah.
Sabasi's old friends that she had to put down herself. And
Yeah.
in doing so, also realized that she had a chance to save her and was unaware of it. And killed her when she could have saved her.
well,
So she is
then-
currently living with that guilt right now.
Well, then,
I'd
if I may,
say we give a cheers to all that we've lost recently.
if I was going to say, raise your ales for those who have lost. May their spirits rest easy on the other side.
Here, here.
Here, here.
And amidst you, while this is happening, you hear the woman that you saved kind of sobbing in the corner by herself, quite upset about everything. And oh yeah, Asmodeus has just joined us, and he's rolled a nat 20 for stupid shit.
Oh
today.
my god.
Oh, yeah.
Plus 5 to his roll.
I
Oh
clap
man, look
for
at
thee,
that.
I clap for thee. You can't hear it, but I say this nonetheless. I clap for thee.
Well, so she's in
Asmodeus,
the corner
we
crying.
have a new compatriot, by the way.
Oh, Claudia was with us on the wharf when we were leaving. I had Aura carry us and then grab him by his robe or whatever, and we teleported back to the ship.
Asmodeus was like, that wasn't my robe.
That
Well,
was
well,
something
good
else,
grab,
my
and
dear.
I apologize. people.
held
You held on tight, though. But you didn't have to move it up and down. I don't know why you felt on doing
You
that.
sat there and grabbed my murder boner.
A murder boner.
That sounds like
That sounds like this should be one of my actions, to be fair.
A murder boner.
That's what his rage
Murder
is.
boner.
Raging murder.
Anyways, so not to drift off. Let's go. What were you saying about the maiden that's crying?
She's
Yeah, so she's in the corner. She's in the corner crying by herself.
That's it.
She's been upset about everything that's just happened. She's just watched her entire city be destroyed in the blink of an eye, after
man.
watching everybody just show up and wreak absolute havoc. So last night I awarded the party a another evil token, as it were, another mark of evil, because during all the fray, there was at no point in time anybody decided that maybe we should try to save some of the innocents that living in the city, because just because Charlemagne's an evil fuckhead doesn't mean that everybody living there is either. Most of those people are being kept there against their will. And that whole place got leveled. The Fey King no longer gave any fucks when it came to him finishing everything off at the end. But after the siege that you guys had laid on it with the cannons, as well as the acid spray that was being cast by the dragon that Karn had very elegantly stole, if you will. He stole the ring from the Aarakocra who had the summoning ring for the dragon, and then proceeded to lay waste to the city with its acid breath, killing many, many people. Even harming you at one point in time. Some of you took damage from it as well. But it was also revealed that Karn was indeed a vampire.
Nice.
Well, not was, is. And he's still on the ship with you.
So the bloodsucker got with the blood hunter. That worked.
Now, so she is quite upset. She has not introduced herself yet. No one's even gotten her name yet. Saf's introduced herself already, I presume. Yes.
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 We got through that? Okay, good. All right. Now, with that being said, Saf had good reasons for being locked up, part of which was just being drunk and disorderly on the outskirts of town and not realizing what kind of part of the world that she was in, and already being looked at sideways because she was a paladin, and that was part of what was getting her in trouble to begin with. Now, that being said, you guys have saved her, and she's agreed to join you guys in your efforts to, I guess, save the world, as it were, because, in all of this hunting of gods and trying to steal their power, at no point in time has anybody said that the world's at stake, except for the fact that a couple of the gods have said that they would get involved to stop this, which could result in destruction of the planet. So, Duran himself has not actually laid any claim that he plans on destroying the world. He just wishes to usurp the gods, as it were,
which has
from their
greatly
source
upsetted
of
a very
power.
specific god.
And as y'all remember, Io, or Asgarath, being the dragon god of all of creation. But of course, he was created by something else before him. There were two original deities that are no longer amidst the realms. They have since laid to rest in their own way and have kind of slipped back into myth and legend, as much as everybody thought Io was too. So that being said, just remember, there's always a bigger fish. Now, does anybody wish to approach the young maiden?
Yes,
Yeah,
I will approach
absolutely. Oh, I figured I would, since I was the one that saved her.
Well, I mean, you both can.
Okay.
There's no reason only one of you can. Both of you can approach her. All of you can approach her. Just corner her and be like, "Hey, how you doing?"
I was going to say, considering the fact that I picked her up and carried her off, that I figured we can share.
Oh.
Like
What?
that, huh?
Okay then.
That's how you like to get down.
What do you?
That's how you like to get
What?
down.
Hey, Asmodeus, what do you get when you put a fair maiden between a half orc and a remind me
He's
again.
a tiefling.
A tiefling. What do you get when you put a fair maiden between a half orc and a tiefling?
Tact and what's the word I'm looking for? Tact and compassion, my friend. For all we know, we probably done a lot more damage to her than we have towards the city and towards everybody else for that matter. So I think we're going to have to approach this very
Carefully.
subtly, if that be the case.
I was trying to be funny just then, but
No, I get where you're coming from out of character, but I'm saying this in character.
oh, I was actually saying that in character. I wasn't saying that because I've been drinking. I was joking.
Well, good. At least I get the joke, but I'm going to approach this very
Bless you.
subtly. I'm going to approach this subtly and as gently as possible because of the fact that I want to at least try to what's the word I'm looking for? I'm tongue
Be
twisted.
nice.
I am being nice. Excuse you.
No,
well,
I'm saying
all right,
we can try and be.
Dingus, I'm rolling for you on your persuasion check to talk to her. Wiccan or Atticus, I need you as well to roll me a persuasion check, speaking to her.
Let me actually check my D&D Beyond.
15
Mm-hmm.
plus what is 14? That's plus 2.
That's +1.
Plus 1. So I have 16. Actually, I don't know.
And
did
then
I
you
have...
should have persuasion on your list.
Oh, plus 7. Shit. So 22, so 23.
Yeah, give me a
You got
moment.
23 total for persuasion.
Yep.
Let me
Okay.
roll for my.
Oh, say you're
I was like,
driving.
I can roll for you if you
I'm
want
gonna say
me to.
let him roll for you, Dingus, so you're not having to worry about it.
It's all good.
Because you both fail.
What?
You both because you both fail miserably when you approach her and start talking to her.
What? How?
She's upset and kind of scared of you guys, actually, and a little upset. And while she's kind of cringing away from you, cowering in the corner with her little hood over her head, you get the glimpse that she's a young elf woman. And Noodles sees what you guys are doing and walks up and he's like, "Oh, hey, look, leave the last bee. You look like you're hungry. Would you like some food? I'm the cook. Come here, come with me. Let me take you to the kitchen and get you something hot to eat. Come on. Yeah, get away from these big burly men. Trust me, it's better off away from them. Come on now." And he starts ushering her away. And he goes, "So tell me, what is your name?" And she goes, "My name is Ayola." Ayola, that is a beautiful name for an elvish woman. She's like, "Well, I'm actually half elf, really." "Oh, it's no problem. That's a half orc, half elf right there. And you won't believe it. It's so ugly." And starts carrying her away to the kitchen. And you're just there standing like dumbfounded, like, did that really just happen? Did the cook just come out of nowhere and just finesse the shit out of her?
Yes.
So you're gonna tell me I fail on a 32, sir?
Wait, how do you get a 32?
Oh,
What is your freaking persuasion check?
I have a 19 plus 8 with my persuasion, and then plus
Oh
5.
shit.
You said that you're.
Okay, all
I think
right.
we need to
all right,
rewind.
32.
Rewind.
No, well, later on, you guys can approach her and talk to her. But as it stands right now, you just had not Soggy, Noodles come up and try to warm her heart a little bit, just to kind of help get her a little at ease with the rest of you. Don't start breaking the ice a bit.
I'm gonna look at Asmodio and go, that bitch.
No, hold on. You let me deal with Soggy Dick over there.
That's who I was referring to. That bitch.
Yeah, Noodles is the remaining cook. Soggy died, remember. He died back in Azimuth during the initial attack.
His new nickname for me is Soggy Dick at this point.
Oh,
Bullshit.
Soggy Dick.
Can agree. Soggy dick it is.
Now, a few moments later, he comes back out of the kitchen with her and sits her down at the table with the rest of everybody else. And she's got a plate of food with her. And unfortunately, you guys have lost several crew members, so the table's looking mighty empty as compared to usual. and you notice there is a lute hanging down by the end of the table, right next to what used to be the bard's lute, and he's no longer with us. So that nameless fellow remains nameless and dead from now on, and that lute kind of sits there by itself, looking rather lonesome. And Karn decides to walk on down and looks at it very affectionately, longingly, and sorrow building in his eyes. And he picks up the lute and sits down with it and starts plucking a couple of the strings against it. And the rest of the room starts growing quite quiet when he does it. And finally, he starts tuning it just right and starts playing a tune. And as he starts playing the tune, do you hear a couple of the others begin to start humming? And together they start singing a very, very low, sad ballad to lament for their lost brothers in battle. And afterwards, Captain Parthen stands up and raises a toast to the rest of their fallen crew members that have died since the Battle of Azimus. Not to steal your thunder there, Wiccan, but I had this part planned already. So I know you were trying to do your own thing earlier, but the captain raising a glass to his crew was kind of his job.
Okay, well, I mean, it was okay.
Whatever.
Well, I was away. I was away, but I heard what you were doing. Unfortunately, so I don't want you to feel like I'm just like redoing what you did, but I had already planned out. Apologize. So
I need to apologize.
As he finishes up his drink, because he takes it down in one gulp, slams his cup down on the deck or on the table, and says, "All right, I need fresh air. If anybody needs me, I'll be up on deck." And walks up on deck and disappears from sight. The rest of you are still down there, having your drinks, getting to know one another with Saf. Saf, while you're there, Tootie, the lookout, who's known to be a little wild and crazy and a little stringy around the edges, has challenged you to a drink off.
Oh no.
Oh.
That seems to be a mistake on this one's part.
I was gonna say,
Bruce chimes in, who happens to be the deck boy, and he goes, yeah, Tootie's not the one that you want to drink with. Trust me, he will drink you under the table and call you out for shots. Don't do it.
oh, hey,
I think
you're gonna go up against
the. Goes, he's like, no, God, no. Too many nights I've lost to Tootie. I'm not. I will be glad to watch, but I will start placing bets. I got 10 gold on the newbie that they can outdrink Tootie. Do I got any takers?
I'll see that bet for Saf.
All right. Then you got Raph laying his money down on the table. And Clues chimes in and goes, no. I'll see your bet, but I am betting on Tootie. Tootie's got this in the bag. I promise you that. My man Tootie's never lost a drinking game. Not once. And Tootie's just kind of sitting there looking mighty proud of himself, kind of staring you down, Saf, like kind of giving you that eye, too, of slight seductiveness, too, as well.
20 gold to add to stack.
I would respond with a very simple
down on the
fact.
table.
Boy, you don't want to get in under this armor. It's quite filthy.
He kind of looks at you again and goes, you be among sailors. Think about that one for a minute.
Sapphire, you have to realize that the majority of these men have seen Tal naked.
I would then, I would just
Tal sat there and willingly sat there and stripped down bare naked in front of everybody on the ship.
Solara suddenly blushes, slightly remembering.
Yeah. I like
I
get a
would
little
respond
stick.
with a very quick quip of, I don't need any more semen.
Oh my God.
I set that up terribly.
Yeah. But you need to remember who you're talking to with that one.
Meanwhile, you see Luna kind of stumbling around a little bit, and you realize she's got a cup of ale in her hand that she's been drinking on the side in the corner when you guys were paying attention. And she
Oh,
starts
shit.
giggling and laughing a little bit. Bastion walks up to her and he's like, "Okay, I think it's time to put this down now. Maybe let's go lay down." And she kind of starts giggling and starts falling on the ground. He's like, "Okay, I got this one. I got her." And starts trying to pick her up and it's kind of like having some trouble lifting her up because she's a lot heavier than she looks.
I'll go over and help him. Because at least Luna
Okay, so you're gonna
trusts
assist
me.
him carrying Luna off?
Yeah, I'm gonna assist carrying Luna off.
Now,
Alright.
a simple drinking game, I think I'm par for.
Yeah, I put down 20 gold towards Saf. Like, I think she'll win this.
I agree. I put down 10 to match whatever the fuck his name was.
Noodle.
A simple,
Yeah.
a simple
Noodle.
saying leaves my lips of. So, what are we starting with? How many barrels?
Barrels. He goes, "Well, if you look around you, you see no barrels here." He puts up one of his cups. He brings up another one. He slides it over to you. And he goes, "We don't keep barrels on this ship. Our drinks are self-filling."
Oh.
Begins to. He puts his cup up to his lips, and he goes, "On the count of 3. 1, 2, roll." I'm rolling for you here. All right, I gotta find your constitution real fast.
My constitution?
Yep.
Yeah, I got your character sheet here. I mean, unless you want to
Oh.
roll for yourself, if
I don't have dice.
you can always do that. That's what
You
I'm
can
saying.
roll d20 in the chat for it.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah. In
If
the
you want.
Discord chat, that is.
I could do that. That's fine.
You can say otherwise because I can roll for you. I don't mind. Ooh, well, maybe not. Maybe. You don't
Oh
wanna
my
roll.
gosh, she got a nat 20.
Yes, she
Oh,
did.
okay.
You just took that thing to your lips and you just keep chugging, and you
Hell
realize
yeah.
that you can keep chugging and chugging, and the cup never runs out. It just keeps filling itself. And
Oh,
you're
Hell
just
yeah.
gonna
Okay.
chug and chugging, and eventually you see Tootie pull his cup back and set it down, and start gasping for air, and he looks up at you and he goes, "Now that's cheating. I demand a second round."
I put this
Oh,
cup
sounds up to me. That's
down
somebody
and
just
say,
rolling
"It is
into-
your funeral, my boy."
I doubled my previous bet. Now 20 on Sapphire.
And Sapphire, you are welcome to tell the rest of them that they owe you a cut of that if you win. I mean, this is the bet on you after all.
Absolutely. She gets half of it. So
I mean,
All right, so he begins drinking with you. Go ahead and roll again.
No,
I was gonna say
no. Let's
No,
see
take
what we
Saf.
get. Come on, Sav, you got this.
Let's see. Let's go.
okay, hold on.
Oh,
Oh.
no!
4.
What'd she get?
A 4.
Or
What? And then you have a +2.
I'm gonna use one of my fuckery tokens and
Hang
say,
on,
"Fuck
hang-
it." No,
hang-
I keep drinking.
Hang on.
Don't waste it on that.
Don't
Okay,
waste
so
it on
do you
that.
have a +2? Then what's her constitution?
Well, that's a +5.
So that's 6. That's 11.
Yeah.
You two rolled the same number.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
Because I'm taking a -2 right now. I got a 13. So so you both start drinking, and as you're both drinking, you both fall back and land on your asses and spill the rest of the cup all over you. And everybody begins laughing and hooting and hollering. And it's like, well, there's no winners tonight.
Everybody takes their
And
money
you guys
back.
split the. Yeah, everybody takes their money back. No money
Yep.
for you, but you all get a little fucked up and you're feeling a little tipsy. But you haven't felt this tipsy in a while.
I want to toss if she can catch it. I want to toss half of what I did bet her way for the enjoyable side of that.
The entertainment.
The entertainment. That's the word I was looking for. Because
All right.
brain today. So nice job.
Underneath my drunken breath, you hear, "I'm no cheap date."
I'm a cheap date.
No.
Well,
Well,
Yeah,
well,
it-
next time you do it, next time you do it, I'll double what I put down tonight, and you get half of those winnings, ma'am.
Well done.
Well,
Bravo.
you hear from outside as you guys are all cheering and clapping and laughing and having a good time. You hear a scream
A
come from the
scream.
deck. Yes.
I start running. I'm like, ah, shit.
And you guys get up to the deck. Who's all going to the deck? I need a quick.
I would
a
say
quick round.
I'm
of
with
everything.
Bastion and Luna.
Okay.
I fucking passed out because I drank too much.
Solara. Solara's
I'll-
gonna be
I'll-
there. She's gonna run as fast as she can. She don't care if she's drunk or not. She's gonna run.
I'll look back at Saf that's passed out. I'm like, well, no one's gonna fuck with that Dragonborn while we're away. I'm beeline it with them.
Okay.
Can I heal
Ayola,
myself
she
as
runs-
I'm running?
Yeah, you can start healing yourself. Ayola runs up there with you. In fact, she's right there behind you, Wiccan, as you're going up the steps.
Oh.
But you all get up there. Those of you that Ayola, the maiden you saved.
White. Why are you coming along with us?
She's like, I don't wish to be alone, and if something is to happen, I would rather be close to the man who saved me.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm not just in case you can't keep up with us here. I reach my hand back to pick her up and throw her up on my shoulder so she can keep up with us.
She's like, oh, I always knew you were so strong.
You ain't seen nothing yet, lady.
Oh.
So you all run up there, and Karn, he's the one leading. Karn's the one at the head of the herd as you guys come up to the deck because he recognized his captain's scream, and he sees Captain Parthen's neck slit open, blood all over the deck. And he runs
Cover your
up to
eyes.
him, screaming at. He goes up screaming for the captain. Captain, no! And Captain's already dead. He's blood spilled all over the place. But you notice on the deck somebody has written, "We will be back."
Oh fuck.
Now,
There
granted,
is
you
something I
guys
could-
can absolutely revive him. The monks,
I was gonna
the few of you, you have every opportunity to revive him
Yeah.
currently.
I'm absolutely going to do it. While I've got the opportunity, I'm going to do it.
Okay, so you're going to begin casting it.
Mhm.
All right, so
Revi-
that takes about an
revivify.
hour. Yeah, well, revivify I think takes like an hour to cast.
Revivify, excuse me.
Mhm.
Okay.
Or is it an instant action? I can't remember.
It just says touch. There's no
Click on it.
instantaneous. Yes.
Okay, all right. So yeah, so you go ahead and start reviving him, and his eyes stopped being glazed over, and he starts breathing again as the wound heals up around his neck. And he looks up around him, and he goes, "Where is it? Where's that fucking beast?" And he pulls out his own knife, and he's like, "I swear to, I will gut that beast where it lay."
Whoa, Captain! Whoa! Whoever did that to you gone and left a message all written in blood all over the deck. I point.
He's like, "Yes, it was a wraith. It's a filthy wraith."
A wraith?
Wait.
Yes.
I know about undead. Would I know about that?
You would. And you would know
I'm
that
like-
this was a summoning of sorts done by most likely a necromancer.
And I'm like, God fucking damn it, this is the work of a goddamn necromancer, but how the fuck did they get it on the ship?
If wraiths can fly,
Ugh. How the
now
Mm.
he
Can we see the
proceeds to-
entirety? Can we see the entirety of the deck to see what it is that's?
No,
written?
it's actually it's all darkened up right now. But the captain hits a switch on the main control panel there and lights up all the torches along the edges of the ship, so you can see the whole extent of it. And you do see this shroud at the very front of the ship, just kind of sitting there, blowing around in the wind, with its glowing eyes staring right back at you.
Does that look like a wraith to me?
Yes, it is most definitely the wraith. And in
I'm
its
like,
many voices that it has combined together as one, you hear it hissing back at you. Your time is coming. There will be an end to the chaos of the misfits. And it starts charging at you, gliding really fast towards you guys, and then just dissipates in the air before it comes in contact. But you feel the slight chill wash over your bodies. In fact, it's almost as if you guys have all just received a debuff. Possibly a curse of sorts.
I say before that actually happens, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
I don't think that's going to help.
I don't think
It's not going to stop the curse. There are ways to stop the curse or even undo the curse, but you're not even really sure exactly what it could be. You just know that there's something that you guys just got hit with, a little bit of bad juju. And so for right now, you're kind of unaware of what it is or how to take care of it yet.
God damn, Wraith was still on the ship. I hate undead.
Okay,
And
I see how it
I
is.
say that out loud. Not angrily. I'm like, I hate undead.
32, you said it again. Ouch. I see how it is.
Oh, stop
Oh,
it.
no, it's nothing against you.
I know, I'm kidding. Trust me, you would know it if I was being serious.
And no, it's
So
just
you realize that, the captain's alive and that you guys are probably okay for right now, but it does kind of set people on edge, and going to sleep tonight might be a little difficult. Knowing that this thing just hopped up on board and just slit the captain's throat.
Speaking of the captain's throat being slit, with us reviving him, did he get healed too all the way?
Yes. I'll say that during this time you managed to have healed him too.
Okay.
But
I
all the
didn't,
same,
I didn't
he's
state
quite
it with
pissed.
it. That's why I was just saying, just making sure. No sense bringing him back to life if he's just going to
Keel over and die again.
But he sits there on the ground trying to catch his breath, and he goes, it doesn't make any sense. Nothing, and I mean nothing, boards my ship in such a way, especially something so unholy and evil.
I look at him and I say,
as a wraith.
It was summoned and sent.
It wasn't just summoned and sent here. It was already here. Somebody must have brought it on board.
But who?
And that's when Ayola starts giggling behind you, Wiccan. She starts kind of giggling a little bit, laughing. And she goes, oh, I guess that would be me.
The hell?
So Atticus, you turn around and you look at her, and she begins to pull back her hood so you can see her face a little bit more clearly. And as she does, her face distorts a little bit and changes slightly, including her height too. And you realize you're looking upon your mother. And she goes, it's one thing to have Racine almost seduce you and then take control of you in such a way. But when she told me that you were so gullible, I didn't believe it until I got to see it with my own eyes. My dear son, how have you been?
That's not true. You're not my mother. Stop playing like that. My mother is dead.
Oh, I did die. Yes, I did die. But the beauty of being a necromancer is knowing how to avoid death.
I kind of am glaring at her right now.
Bitch.
Because yes, Durin did indeed kill me, but we had worked out a deal before that if I was going to join him, I had to be believable. And we did. Unfortunately, your father did pay the ultimate price, and God rest his soul.
My God.
The rest of our clan was merely the price to pay for the ultimate power that has been given to me, and I must say, immortality does come with its perks.
You don't even know what you're trifling with. Do you even have any idea how many the god that you've angered?
Angered?
My face.
My dear, the gods have angered me.
Likely to come from such a bitch.
Please,
You
Solara.
do not know my story, and neither of you will ever understand what I have ever been through. So do not presume to think that you understand anything that I have been going through to make this decision easily. She looks around at the rest of you and goes, now you all may try to kill me, but you'll be met with extreme difficulty in doing so. And unfortunately, it will result in all of you being dead. But first and foremost, I'll start with her. And she points over at Solara first. She goes, only because she seems to be the weakest of all of you. And I have a
Stay
feeling
away
she'd be
from
the
her.
easiest.
I pull
She
my.
looks over at you and goes, you have quite the fight in you. I myself would not be the one to do it. In fact, I'd make my son do it. And if you wish to test that theory, by all means. She kind of puts her hands out, almost like she's saying, bring it on.
I want to try to sneak attack behind her because I never said I was going to try to join the deck. I was going to try to stay put into, like, the back. But then hearing the commotion, I come up and I just want to try to sneak in behind her and try to basically backstab
Roll your
her.
stealth.
I
Roll
look
your
at her
stealth,
like,
sir.
you think me weak.
Well, let's roll with disadvantage because I get disadvantage with stealth because I get half proficiency with it.
Instead of being subtle, I want to walk. I want to just stomp up right to her and point my
so
dagger at her throat.
13 plus
I look at
5.
you and you walk up there and I'm like, no.
So 13 plus, no, yeah, 13 plus
Hold
5,
on.
that would be 18.
18?
18 with the disadvantage.
Well, she knows you're there. In fact, as you start coming up the steps, she kind of tilts her head to the side and uses her peripherals to see you coming up the stairs behind her. So she's aware of your presence.
I look
Now.
like I am absolutely seething.
Oh, if anyone's seething, it's me.
Oh, excuse me.
Now,
no
with your
one
blade at
is
her
more
neck,
pissed off than I am right now.
and with your blade at her neck, Travasi, she leans forward and allows you to nick her neck with the blade, and no blood comes out. And she just merely giggles at you and goes, again, I say, you may try. But all it will take is a very brief flick of my wrist. I can turn all of you against each other, especially my loving son over here, who will absolutely do what Mommy Dearest demands.
Oh.
Tango?
You're a psychological
You
motherfucking bitch.
are
you
not
twat.
my mother. I shall do no such thing.
What, Tal?
I'm gonna sneak up behind her and tap her on the shoulder, going, "Excuse me."
Bitch.
I mean, yeah. What's your total stealth?
Can't right now. Like, this is no.
I'm also agreeing this is no. I'm angry because I'm dead.
But
And
more
we are
importantly,
mentioned-
Tal, you did say you were going on deck with her, with them, right?
Hmm?
No, you did
You
not
did-
say
He
that.
did not specify. He didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything.
Okay.
I was always, as far as I know, I was never down below deck.
Okay. So then you have to have at least made sure that you've mentioned that you were in stealth ahead of time.
Let's see, 32. No, 33.
Well, she's got a 34 with all of her bonuses and additions and equipment
Ooh.
that she has on her. But all the same, you sneak up on her and you tap her on the shoulder and say, "Excuse me, what?"
Can I see the knife? It looks pretty.
Oh
What
my.
knife? She doesn't have a knife. She does not have a weapon on her.
Was she using the? I thought you said she was only a knife to.
No, that was
No, I'm
Travasi.
holding a knife to her throat.
Yeah.
No,
Travasi
that was
was
Trav-
hol-
That was
she's very
Travasi.
much at a disadvantage to you all right now, as far as appearance goes.
Is it just getting
Yeah,
glossed over? The
shit.
fact that
Hold
this is
on,
my
I might
fucking mother?
disconnect, guys. Hold on, I might disconnect here. My OBS is at fucking 200 kbps right now.
Ew.
Okay, we're climbing. 1 second here. Give me a couple moments here, guys. I think it's about to go down.
Yeah, no, we're not discounting the fact that this could be your mother, but at the same time, we're see
Oh,
a
you criminal bitch.
we're seeing a necromancer, and the only thing that comes to mind is no, 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 oh no.
I have something that I want to do.
Well,
Well,
you're passed
drunk.
out.
I
our DM is also absent at the present moment.
Yeah,
yes,
so
but
Okay, hold on. Nope.
I
Coming back.
have
It's
a
coming
good
back.
idea.
We're good.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We're back in business. So, but Jonan, though, you were still doing a thing here, though. So you were trying to ask her what exactly? Because she doesn't have a weapon.
Do you have any interesting toys? I do
What?
like. I do like toys. You know, some nice
Toys?
rings.
Toys.
Yes, pretty rings.
As far as you can tell, she's not wearing any rings, but she does have a very vibrant-looking necklace under her robe.
Ooh, pretty necklace. Does it do anything?
You'd have to wear it and inspect it first to know more about it, but from what you can tell, it does seem like it could possibly be magical. But somebody who has detect magic would need to use that first in order to know if it was.
Well, I mean, I do have detect magic.
I mean, but it doesn't tell you exactly what the magic is. It's just that there's magic there. So yes, she does wear. She does have something there, and as far as that, you can't quite see what's really going on under her robes right now.
She's probably not even really alive.
She's a necromancer.
Can I? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is it?
I mean,
What'd it be, Atticus?
So, is this another situation similar to what Thaola dealt with when it came to her father?
what do you mean?
That I had murdered her father,
Mm-hmm.
and he came back to life, and now I'm seeing something posing as my mother.
Oh no, it's your mother. It's not something. It's her.
Well,
So when you killed
previously
Duran,
they were
you
some
killed her
small.
first. Let me explain. So she had been killed by him, yes, and made it possible. And her being a necromancer, you killing him was merely a ploy. She just made it to help him look as good as possible in doing so. She knew that you would probably go after him, and they had this all planned out as most ways possible to keep you off of their scent as possible. Like they're trying to do everything they can behind the scenes and as secretly as possible because they've got big plans, and they can't really have anybody getting in the way of it. But here we are. Things are slowly coming to fruition. They're not really so much caring about hiding it anymore. So, that being said, yes, this is your real mother.
It's just something that just doesn't go with the story that I had written. You've kind of just said,
Is there
no,
something that
doesn't
happened
exist.
to her that ensured there's absolutely no way, shape, or form that she could come back?
Well, there's something that you're basically defaming her. That was not my mother.
Well, she is a
My
necromancer.
mother was. Yes, she's a necromancer. I learned that at the age of 3 when I killed a bear, and my father and mother were both pissed off at me, and my mother brought it back to show me that life was not something that should be just taken at will without rhyme or reason.
Yeah. I mean, just like with Charlemagne, he was already a slightly evil guy, but given the powers bestowed upon him by Duran, he became even more twisted and fucked up. So by her taking the deal with him, not fully knowing what to expect from it afterwards, it has tainted her and corrupted her in more manner than one. But so she is no longer the same person you used to know. But more or less, she is still your mother, in flesh and blood. Well, maybe not so much the blood, but flesh all the same.
A husk.
Oh, so that means she's not my mother then. Just this,
No, not quite.
she's taken her body, but she is not. That is no longer.
There's nothing possessing her, but her mind has been twisted and tainted by what's been done to her. And she chose it willingly, only due to previous events that she has experienced. mostly which of her being disappointed and denied by the gods in the past. Much as Duran has experienced as well. In fact, everybody that he's got in working with him has all had a negative experience with the gods to a way that they wish to do something about it and take their power from them and bestow it upon themselves so they no longer have to rely on the gods' intervention in any way or being disappointed by them not intervening. As we've discovered, most gods do not wish to be involved in mortal realm and in their happenings.
Right.
So, as far as that goes, we could dive deeper into that, but she's not really into story time as much as that goes right now. She's more here to deliver the message to you guys that if you proceed to try to get in our way, we will destroy anything and everything around you. Durin has made this very clear that he is more than capable of destroying everything if he so chooses. He is the most powerful of the bunch, and has only been holding back because he does not wish to kill his own daughter if he doesn't have to. He's hoping she'll come willingly. As she looks over to you, Thaola, saying,
I'm
this,
not. I'm not
and
on deck.
Travasky- Oh, wait, yeah. So she's just saying that aloud then.
Mhm.
And she looks over to you, Travassi, and goes, your father had high hopes for you too, but let's face it. Charlemagne was an ill-tempered man. And honestly, too much of a wild card for our plans. So it's better this way that he's no longer amongst us. As she looks at the horn. What have you done with horn, by the way?
It's still on the ground. I haven't picked it up. I refuse to pick
Okay.
that shit up.
Okay, so it's still sitting on the deck, so she kind of points her finger over at it. And she goes, that seems to be the only remaining piece of him. It's a shame there wasn't more to work with. He would have made a great undead ally. But the rest of you, I understand all of you have been in contact with certain gods and goddesses. And if any of you wish to join us and receive the blessings of which we can bestow upon you, by all means, do so. You know, I think you might be looking at all of our situation the wrong way. Because as much as we may be trying to take down the gods, the only reason that there's been so much bloodshed and destruction is because you have forced our hands. Had y'all stayed out of our way and let our plans unfold as they should, most of these people who've died, especially what happened to Avernus, would have never happened. Granted, Charlemagne was already offing his own people before we came along, but we did manage to make that part worse.
Get to the point.
She,
what do you want?
She looks at you,
say,
Atticus. You're passed out. You're drunk. You're passed out.
Well, I was gonna say that because of the scream and enough time has passed that I am still drunk, but I stumble up on deck. Come up behind.
With your sword ready, you're like, I'm here!
No, not in the slightest. You're gonna enjoy this in part. I come up behind this person, literally throw up all over them.
Oh, not
and
pulling
say,
a towel.
What do you want?
She dodges out of the way, and you just proceed to vomit all over the ground. And she proceeds to slap you in the back of the head to make you faceplant into your own vomit.
Oh. You start talking, it's just
nice try.
bubbles. Bubbles in your own vomit.
And she kind of puts her finger down at you and says, do not interrupt me.
Twice.
Ew. But she points down at you and says, do not interrupt me. And she looks back at you, Atticus, and goes, I do wish our reunion would have been on better terms, but honestly, there was no easy way to tell you what was going to happen. Or how things were going to unfold. But it's not too late for you to join us and see what we are capable of doing. The wonders we can do with these powers that have been given to us.
You'd risk Io showing up and destroying the whole world.
But that's the point of it. We wish to capture the god of creation for ourselves. And we were close, so close, until that bitch of a woman, Zyron's wife, Lorgana, had to show up and ruin everything. The charm was working wonderfully that I had bestowed upon him, and he was quite the puppet for us. and we were well on our way
That
of
I
using Ayla's
growl.
powers for our own gain.
That's a pretty hypocritical statement that you said over there, lady.
I have to
Is
agree
it
with
now?
that.
You say that you want to try to capture any of the gods and seek their powers themselves, but yet you don't even have as much of the powers that you consider that you have, even though, considering as such, you wish to try to attain said powers through dumb fuckery or tomfuckery of any kind. Basically, go about it in a very different kind of direction and not going about it the way that it should be. But yet here you are, blabbering your mouth in front of all of us and trying to say that you want to become an omnipotent fool and pretty much try to be better than all the other gods and even the god that created everything itself.
And she
And
kind
this,
of laughs at you, and she's like, "Those of which who use the demonkin to their aid have no right to speak to me about how to obtain power.
I
But
have
more
every
importantly, how is it
Like
you think
romance,
the
sir.
gods have ever bestowed their powers to begin with? Have you ever wondered that? Any of you?
I have every god given right to say what I have to say. I have every gods and goddesses given right to say what I have to say because I have lost everything.
And have you ever wondered how the gods got their powers? You think they were just done that way? Have you all forgotten that some of these gods that we have now have actually gained their powers after being mortal once? Why can't the rest of us seek to obtain the same ambition? You would tell
I
me
want
that
to do it in a
we're
just
not allowed to do
way.
such things? That it's all
I
up to
just
chance, destiny, even.
The only reason why I was given the powers that I've had for was because I made the sacrifices that I had to make so that way I can make sure no one else lost what I've lost.
And how's that working out for you?
Better than yours, by the way I could see it, you daft cunt.
um
Kind of giggle.
I want to take my sword out and hold it to her neck. She's not. I'm not trying to cut her, but I'm holding it close enough to her neck. Am I permitted to do that so I can speak my
You
mind?
can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Do it.
I pulled my sword out and I'm holding it right up underneath her chin. Right, pretty much if she were to take a breath, it would nick her. That's how close I want that fucking blade to her.
Okay.
I don't know who you are, because you are not the woman who raised me. But this is something that I can guarantee will happen. Kalimvor will judge you. And I do not and will not stand to have you blaspheme the memory of my mother. Nor will I allow you to hurt a single hair on any of my friends in any way, shape, or form.
She kind of laughs a little bit and looks over at you, Kelimvor. And do tell me, when was the last time you communed with your deity? With a little smirk on her face as she says it.
Just before we landed, actually.
In Azimus, perhaps, yes. That was some days ago. I guess it would be poor time to tell you that as of last night, Kelimvor is under our control, and his powers have been dissected and distributed evenly amongst our troops. That's right. We have an army being raised with Kelimvor's powers, the god of death himself. Can you imagine such powers being distributed amongst troops, especially well-trained ones? Make them
That
very,
I'm just
very effective assassins of death, as it were.
You might have an army, but
like dead natural.
you have an army. You might have an army. We have a Hulk.
Wrong universe.
Yeah.
Same concept. I just wanted to throw the joke in there. Get off me.
Now, she does kind of look you all around and goes, "Now, I grow tired of this. This is your last chance to come willingly and help join us and help us bring down this charade the gods have put amongst us mortals, turned us against each other, taken away our ideas of free will, or even setting us against each other. What will it be?
I look straight at her face,
Gervasi.
I look straight at her, throw my middle finger to her, basically to her, and I say, "Eat me, cunt."
What were you gonna say, DM?
She says to you, Travasi, she's like, you almost went through with it until she looks over at Khan and goes, you decided to interrupt everything or even ruin our plans. We had great plans for you.
Yeah. Sacrifice and all. Still, you still failed.
You were ripping
Something
people
about
of their identities
somebody's
by doing
throat
this.
getting slit. Is that correct?
Racine got her throat
No, I
slit.
know. I'm being a smartass.
And
So
Khan
if you
kind
have
of looks at her
anything,
with a bit of a. He looks over her like a bit of a cockeye as he moves over next to you. And you go ahead and say your piece. He's moving as you
Oh.
say this.
if you had anything better, if at all, nothing would amount to the friends I have here. I was willing to give my life. I literally almost died for them, and you can't even see that. You're so clouded by what you're given, corruption and all. You're not even actually open to the thought that you're wrong. You're wrong.
Wrong. That's a word I don't take lightly.
Yeah, I
You see,
wouldn't doubt
I
it
put
with how
great
high
deal
on
of
your
thought.
pedestal you are.
I put great deal of thought into my decision before taking this. I
Wouldn't
let
doubt it.
all of my tribe be slaughtered. All,
Like, I haven't heard
all,
that
to
before.
bring forth the god of Baal, the god of murder and chaotic evil that you know. Also, and she looks over at Karn, one that could even be said to be the father of vampires. But most of you seem to worship Kenchelsis anyways. And Karn kind of looks at her bewildered, but then you see his eyes kind of widen a little bit. And you can almost see him look a little scared. He goes, it can't be. Baal has not been heard from in some time. In fact, most people believe that he is a god who does not wish to be bothered because all the things that happen in his name, he never shows up. And he kind of looks over at you, Travasi, and he goes, if what she says is true, and he looks at you, Atticus, if she did allow your entire tribe to be murdered, it would have been enough to bring forth Baal. And that would have been enough for them to have captured him if he had appeared in a physical form. And she kind of giggles a little bit and goes, indeed. Indeed, it was. And Durin now houses his, more or less, his entire embodiment of his soul. And since then, we have claimed several other deities. Minor ones and major ones alike. In fact, most recently, Bahamut himself thought that he could avoid us. But he could
That's
himself not get
why.
away from us.
Oh shit.
That's why.
Half of what you just did not come through.
Yeah.
What?
What
Am I going
Thaola
robo
had
again?
said something.
Yeah,
No.
I know it was me doing oh shit.
Oh, okay.
And only the
Well,
shit part came out.
Shit.
I don't think
Either
I
way,
think
it works.
Yeah,
she looks over at all of you and goes, fine. If this is really how you wish it to be, kind of whips her hand around and creates a swirl of darkness around her, and all the lights begin to dim and flicker around you. And as they brighten back up, you see that she's disappeared. There's just an empty spot on the deck where she stood before.
I use my thing, my my primeval awareness.
Your thing? Is that what it's called?
My primeval awareness.
Yeah,
See if I
I'm
can
just going to
sense
call it your
any-
ranger sense. Your ranger sense is no longer tingling.
My ranger sense is no longer tingling.
Your spidey sense isn't tingling
Yeah.
anymore.
Meanwhile, under the deck, While you are tending to Bastion, you do see that you hear the commotion up there, and you see Saf kind of stumbling to get up and starts walking up the steps. Meanwhile, you've got Tootie and a couple of the other crew members kind of debating whether or not they should go up, and they all begin to kind of make their way up the stairs as well. So they're all kind of crowding around the top of the steps, looking onward at everything. Meanwhile, Bastion and you are sitting there with Luna, who's quite drunk and passing out on the bed. It kind of help but look at her and laugh and smile very fondly over at her. He looks up at you. No, not you, Solar. You're not there.
It's me.
I know,
It's me
but-
and
This is Paolo's
Bastion.
time.
Yeah, you invest.
He looks up at you and he goes, you know, in spite of all the crazy things that are going on and whatever's going out on the board on deck right now, I think there's nowhere I'd rather be.
And why is that?
Well, the way I see it, life is short. Sometimes it's too short. And he reaches over and kind of grabs your hand and gives you a wink. And then he gets up and starts walking away back to his own bunk and decides to lay down. He goes, because whatever's going on out there right now can wait until the morning. And if it must happen right now, then let the ship burn down for all I care.
I hope that's not any forewarning there. Future.
The dude's basically the dude's basically done with the shit for the night. He doesn't give a fuck what the hell happens.
Yeah,
It's been a really wild couple of days, man.
We just went through. I'm like, I just hope that is not foresight right there.
Well, just remember, for the last 2 days, you guys have been up constantly fighting. The only person who's gotten any sleep has been Thaola after she got changed by Talona into a nasty undead dragon, beaten by you guys, and then went unconscious after she regained control again. So she's the only one of the bunch that's gotten any sleep in the last 2.5 days. So, yeah.
What about me? I got
Wow.
knocked out.
Well, okay, no, that's right. You were knocked out back in Avernus. I'm talking about everybody's been traveling from
I know,
since
I
you
know,
guys got
but
to
I'm like, I got
Azimus
knocked out.
and left. You're the only one that got any.
I got knocked out.
Okay, so you two are the only ones that got any bit of rest in the last couple of days. So
Lucky
he is more than
bitch.
happy to go to sleep right now.
Well, in my case, good riddance to bad fucking rubbish, or good riddance to bad fucking company over here. I'm going back to my fucking room. I'm done with this bullshit.
I confirm that I don't sense anything anymore. I think
Like
we're
you said,
okay.
your ranger senses are no longer tingling.
Yes. I suppose so. You could, if you wish to call it that. So I find it rather.
Yeah, I can't coin it. That was something that I heard Thaola say. So.
Either way, I think we're safe for now, but we might want to convene later. And I also suggest somebody stay up here with the captain in case anything goes awry. I do not wish for us to have bad company yet again, and I do not like surprises.
I don't feel like
The
I'm
captain
going
looks
to be
around
wanting
and
to
he's like, "Well, we are going back to Azimus as of right now. We have unfinished work to be done there, and frankly, we left the city in a pretty sorry state when we left. So it'd be wise to go back and check on things. You do not have to come with us if you do not wish, but that is where our ship is headed."
I look at the captain and I say, "Sir, I'm afraid you're in just as much boiling water as the rest of us at this rate if they have so blatantly decided to slit your throat."
Yeah, he kind of rubs his throat again, kind of reminiscing about it a little bit, not so fondly. He goes, "Yeah, you don't have to remind me. It was unpleasant to think of, or it was unpleasant to happen. It's just as unpleasant to think about. But all the same, I still have a duty and job to uphold to my kingdom."
Oh, as far as I'm concerned, we got you in this mess.
He kind of looks at you and he's like, "You don't say."
Choosing not to care, going back to room.
So we can end the night there for everybody and wake up the next morning. or you guys can proceed to stay up all night. It's up to you. But all the
I
same,
am
the
going to
rest of the
crash.
evening
I
continues on, very uneventful.
I
I would-
angrily head back to my sleeping quarters.
I would like to sleep, but I don't feel like I'm going to do so well if I were to. So I'm going to stay topside with the captain, even though I may drift off or may not. I don't know. It's up in the air.
I'm gonna pull
And
a Zoro,
as
and I'm gonna
you
put myself against a mast, and just fall asleep in the middle of the open air.
Just like ye.
What were you gonna say, the DM?
1 second. Sorry, 1 second, guys.
Really wicked.
Boom, boom.
Any-
That means take a break, y'all.
Actually, yeah, let's take a break. It's already 9:30. Let's go and take a fiver.
Okay.
Use the
Okay.
bathroom, get drinks, whatever.
I'm good. I'm just gonna sit here then.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
you're
be
good.
right back.
I wonder,
Should
since
I?
since Seth is drunk, basically.
Are we all back from break?
Yeah.
Are we
I don't
good?
know.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Sorry for having been cutting you off this evening.
No, I mean, there's one instance of
Well,
just something
yeah,
only her
I'm
alone. Like I said,
apologizing
we kinda
for it.
gone-
So,
it's been going around the table, so it's okay.
well, I'm
All right.
I'm taking account for myself, so I'm apologizing.
Yeah, that's understandable and that's fair.
I think what
Well,
happened
like
was
for instance,
that
just
was
now when we
accidental.
had, well, just for instance, when we just had Aola, which that's not her name, Atticus or Wiccan, you were absolutely in charge of naming her real name. That was just
Yeah,
a fake
yeah.
name I came up with. If you want to keep that as her
Yeah.
name, we can.
No, it's hold on a second. Let me actually.
But when we were having that little bit with her just now, suddenly
Dude.
everybody all of a sudden wanted to get in on the action, and it's like, well, for instance, Saf, you were unconscious, and suddenly you're awake. In those instances, normally I would make you roll to see if you actually woke up during that, but you were kind of forcing the matter, so I let it happen, and that's okay. This is only your second session with us, and we'll work on that. It's not a huge problem. I'm not gonna slight you for it. I'm not gonna get mad at you for it, but. Then of course, Dingus and Tal, both of you, out of the blue. Well, I'm sneaking up on this bitch. Well, okay, but we need to have an understanding that we're not trying to cause combat, and we're not trying to do anything other than try to create more story here. So, in instances like this where there could be a thing happening, it's really important to describe what it is you're trying to do instead of being like, oh, well, now the shit's happening. Well, this is what I'm actually doing now, because that's metagaming. And metagaming is the #1 killer in tabletop games. So, we just gotta be a bit more mindful about that. Otherwise, we're gonna start slipping up, and we're gonna start having crazy detail falling all over the place, and then you're gonna have me as the DM smiting you guys in mid game, trying to tell you, no, you're not doing that thing. You're not interrupting me like I just had to do. So, no offense, but that's kind of what just happened.
That I'm not offended. I won't take offense to it, but I do agree on that part. So I will take account and ownership on that one.
I love you guys. I do. I love all you. You guys have been great. You guys have been great players so far. But we're getting past that point where you guys are no longer newbies. The few of you that are still newbies, at least, we're getting a little bit past that, and we're starting to get into a little bit more experience playing. So we need to become a bit more conscientious of our interactions.
Okay.
Wiccan raised
Sound
his
fair?
hand.
I can't see a hand being raised.
It was in the chat.
It was in the chat.
Okay, so
it is.
Yes, he
which
actually he chatted in the share chat. He said raise hand.
In the
raise
share
hand.
chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. See, all right. Go ahead.
Something got fucked up. I literally had my father and mother's names in there.
You send it to me. You send it to me at some point. I'll have to reread through it again to find out. But when I scanned through it, I was just trying to see if there was like any absolute 100% way that she could not come back. So that's all that I was really concerned about.
You definitely.
As far as like the finer details, I am gonna have to reread it again to get some of those finer details out.
Do you still have your paper
as far
copy?
as the name goes, I don't really remember seeing it.
I never wrote it down. It was all in my.
Yeah, but do you have the paper copy still? That's what I was asking.
I never wrote it down.
You had printed out the paper copy because if
that part. Not that part of it. Didn't.
I thought you did.
Okay.
Hold on. Nope.
Because I think you emailed me. You emailed me a copy of it. So.
Unfortunately, I did not. That was the one thing I wish I would have fucking saved, but it was.
Gotcha. Okay.
We'll get to it tonight after game.
Yeah.
We'll check some of that stuff out, and we'll carry forth with it for next week. But since everybody's here and the viewers as well, I am trying to end this particular campaign by Christmas. But I'm going to just go out on a limb and say Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, we are most likely probably not going to be playing because I'm sure everybody's going to have their own things going on. As far as Thanksgiving goes, that's kind of a toss-up. I really don't know what anybody's got plans for as far as that goes.
I would say that
so
evening, I don't think I have anything. I know that we'll be going to my parents' house for Thanksgiving, but I don't know how long we'll be there.
See, y'all get the luxury to have Thanksgiving with your peoples. I work on Thanksgiving.
Thank goodness I don't.
Well, it would just be me at home anyways with my kids, so it's not like I have anywhere to go either. So
Yeah.
trust me, I feel you on that one.
All right.
But
let's
so
continue.
between now and then, we've got 7 weeks. So that's effectively 12 sessions, because if we cut out the last week for Christmas, that's about how many sessions we've got left. So I am trying to wrap this all up by then. So there's going to be some filler sessions between now and then. This is one of those sessions that I am currently be using as filler, and just dishing out information. I'm not trying to concentrate on combat too much, but I am trying to get as much info out to kind of set the rest of the playing field for the rest of the game. Now that we have introduced Atticus's mother into the mix, that does complicate things a bit further in y'all's eyes, because now there's a legitimate necromancer involved. And we still have a few of the anti-party members left over still. But
who all do we have
now
left?
we're getting back out of the party, the anti-party. What you have left right now is
because
did
Drunk survive?
We don't know. We never got to see the body.
Yeah, because he was trapped underneath the rubble. Pass the fuck out.
I'm
They
gonna
got
say
Racine. So Racine's neck is the one that got cut by Karn, but
Yeah.
you just got to see her body get dragged away. That was the last you got to see of her. Doesn't mean she's dead.
Okay.
Lunasta's dead. But that also, there's still Lumaria, which is Brogue's wife, the high elf.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That has been trying to find a way to break him free of the staff so they can be together again. Drunk is MIA. We are not sure if he's alive or dead.
I'm just gonna say, like, out of character, I'm gonna say he's probably alive, but in game, yeah, I have no clue.
So that's 3 of them.
Okay. What happened? What about the druid?
That was that's Racine. Yeah.
That was Racine? Okay, I couldn't
Tiefling.
remember. Oh, okay.
That was also Atticus's old companion, who was a half orc as well, who wanted a massive sex change operation, if you will, and turned themselves into a female tiefling.
Okay.
Okay then.
Oh,
that's interesting.
Nice.
Okay.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Now, you. All right, but yeah. So because Zyron was a part of the anti-party, but now that he's kind of joined back to the forces of light, if you will, he's not really on that list, but he's still alive technically.
Yeah.
So, but he's not part of the enemy anymore, as far as you know.
And of course, there's the one that I tortured to death.
Yeah, he's dead. The
he's dead. What was that?
Gnome.
Drew, the deep gnome, the rogue thief. Yeah, you eliminated him, and Eisen got ripped to pieces by Luna and Aura.
And then
Dragnir,
the freaking Aarakocra is dead. Lunasta. So we got 4 of them dead.
Yep.
Yep.
You got 4 of the 6 out of the way.
So.
There we
go. I'm sorry, 4 of the 7. Sorry, 4 of the 7. My bad. My count is off.
Well.
All right, so back into game here.
Okay.
Yes.
Back into game. As y'all are going back below deck, you see that Thaola has actually laid down in the same bunk with Bastion.
Oh.
Where they're currently whispering and talking to each other. And you wish to have a conversation with him, didn't you?
Yes, I wanted to basically ask him about his life. Like, why was he so adamant about all of this? How is he royal? All that sort of stuff.
Well, I didn't used to be royalty of any kind or nobility. I was I was a servant boy. Me and my sister both were actually servants to the royal family of Avernus. I got to take care of Travasi herself, but her being so much of a higher stature than me, I doubt she ever really noticed me at all, or even knew my name. Rightly so, since she didn't recognize me when I came back. But my sister died after she left. Charlemagne was quite unbearable and very, very evil. He was very bloodthirsty, especially when he would hire mercenaries and they would come back empty handed looking for his daughter. So I managed to get away. I journeyed far off and I actually made it to Azimus, where I had been picked up by a family, unbeknownst to me who they were, and they adopted me at my young age and signed me in as a noble under their family name. So by pure circumstance, I have become noble, but it means nothing to me, as it seems I am more concerned about chasing the past. I'm not worried about anything else other than getting vengeance for my family, for my sister. Because we were orphans originally when they took us in as their servants, but we didn't know what we were going to be up against. We didn't know what kind of person Charlemagne would end up being. But as time went on, I saw what kind of evil he was about and the mercenaries he was keeping with him. I knew that it was only going to get worse. So when I finally had my chance to escape, I vowed that one day I would come back. But when I did, so did Travasi. It just seemed kind of destiny that we all met on that day, and I felt like if I was going to destroy them, that I might need your help, but to destroy them would also mean destroying you as well, and oh, quite frankly, I didn't think I'd meet such a beautiful elf.
Me, beautiful. You think that?
Oh, very much so.
Even with my father
But more
being the one
importantly-
that's behind all this?
Well, to be fair, I know nothing of your father ahead of this, and now seeing everything, I can only assume that you have no shared traits of his own.
I never knew my father. Never got to meet him. It was just always me and my mother. And
Well, it sounds like it was for the better then, if you ask me.
Are these two in private? But
No, they're in the public bunks around all of you talking to each other.
so,
But they're like in a low tone. They're not like whispering to the point where you can't hear them. But if you listen closely, you can hear them.
okay. I'm getting kind of a weird feeling about this conversation.
What's that?
I don't know. Something just isn't setting right with me.
Well, you can always roll for perception on that, sir. Or well, actually, we'll roll insight.
Forget my fucking things. Oh, I should do well. 17 plus 11 plus 2, so that's 12. So 29.
Well, you can tell he's telling the truth, but you just get the sense that there's just some extra details he's leaving out.
Yeah. I'll just keep a close ear just in case.
But you can tell that Thaola is very happy to be talking with him and laying in bed with him. So you can continue to keep that to yourself, or you can speak up and be like, "All right, motherfucker, spill it."
As long as I'm perceiving what she's projecting as true and not imposed. So that's what I'm thinking, that somebody's messing with something right now.
No, as far as you can tell, this is just her trying to get to know him, because no, other than the brief bit of storyline he's given you guys, he hasn't really gone too in depth about everything yet.
Can I detect anything magical?
Just the items in his bag that he still has on his hip. He does not leave that bag laying around anywhere.
Nothing that's
nothing malice.
No, that's the see. I can't today. My thesaurus side of my brain is fucking broken. I can't.
You and me both, man. I've been having a hard time pulling words out of the blue today, and it's definitely obvious.
I throw a 4. I keep throwing 404s every time. So, that I'm not detecting anything that's malice, any kind of bad energy, from any of the. Okay, I'm
no, not at all.
Something just ain't sitting right with me. So.
Well, considering what happened, yeah.
Well, that's a problem.
Not like
I'm just I'm hypersensitive from all of the shit that's
everything.
happened. So
It's understandable. It is understandable considering
I'm
what
not
things
saying
that just
nothing.
happened, though.
I'm not saying anything because I'm pretty sure I'll probably be called paranoid, and just the fact that I'm angry over, stuff that's happening to me. It's like I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay uh, aware, but I'm not going to say anything yet.
Okay. And Thaola, was there anything else you wish to speak with him about?
No,
No.
I'm really sorry I had cut you off with that.
it's okay.
Speaking of which, I went down by Aura to sleep.
As you're laying on the cot together, he leans over and tries to give you a kiss.
I will let him.
Oh, he's gonna let him kiss her. Oh. And I can only assume that Travasi, you were not sleeping in your bunk. You were probably sleeping in Karn's room with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in the middle of
Chicken,
y'all's
round
little
cow.
makeout session in there, he's like,
Yeah,
hold on
everybody's
one
getting some.
second. He's like, I can't help but overhear this shit with my vampire hearing. He steps out and he's like, hey, Captain Drago's dead. You can use his room.
Karn.
God damn.
Or not Captain,
Jack,
Lieutenant.
please.
Well, also, no, Boomy's dead, so you can use his room.
They're like,
Just-
he's like, "Why
Just
don't
get a
we
room,
go
you
to-
two. God.
Karn.
Get a room, okay?
Coming from the one that was
Yeah.
so loud, having
Uh,
sex with Chavasi.
To reiterate, this program is recommended for mature audiences only. It contains adult
but you
language and
notice when you-
situations. Viewer
Yeah,
discretion.
but you
is
look around
advised.
and you realize all the rest of the male crew are intently watching you guys. Look, is it going to do it right here? Yeah?
Oh
This is
my
the most
God.
action any of us have gotten in a long time. So please, carry on.
They're like,
Oh,
So
fuck.
Bastion looks over at you and goes, he kind of nods towards the room like, you want to go?
Let's go.
I'm gonna fucking step in on this one. I'm gonna be like, I'm fucking angry as fuck, and I get the fuck out of the lower decks.
I grab Karn's
I'm gonna go
arm
sleep
and
on the deck.
I try to keep him away from Bastion reluctantly.
Yep.
No, he's not got a problem with it. He's just saying, like, look, you're
just
doing this
like
in front of
get
the
a
rest of the crew, guys. Go get a private room. That guy's dead. He's not gonna need his room anymore.
Oh.
that's just too funny.
So you're gonna go to the room with Bastion then?
Sure. Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, oh.
Oh.
Well, I guess we'll roll. Do we need to roll the PP and horny commands?
Do it. Come on.
Okay, hang on.
Go ahead.
There's
Good.
her.
Hang on.
Do it.
Hang on. Give me a second.
It's like, give me a sec.
I mean, what's a D&D campaign if you can't find a little bit of love along the way, right?
This is true though.
Oh, the fact that now it's you and that Thaola and Travasi now have both basically are gonna get laid.
And both times you thought that you were gonna get lucky, it ended up being somebody stabbing you in the back. I'm sorry.
I didn't even get
I don't
to
need
see
to be
it.
sorry.
Reroll that. That's
Oh
not
my
right.
gosh, that's rude.
It's just because you're the cleric. So
Reroll that shit.
What
Oh,
then you got 0.
Okay,
And then do the horny percentage.
okay, so he's got a 10.
He's got a 10, and how horny?
you got a tenner.
48.
Okay,
Okay.
Almost halfway on both.
It was pretty.
Damn.
So you're having yourself a good time, but it wasn't like Travasi's mind blowing experience.
No.
Oh.
You know, there's something I just realized.
What?
What?
For those two things, those are two things that could be rolled for.
They
You literally could
technically
roll
can.
You could roll a D20 for PP size, and then roll either a D100 or a D10.
Yeah.
It definitely could work that way.
Hang on. I'm just gonna do this for shits and giggles. We
Okay.
don't have
I
to
was gonna
take it, but I want to do this for shits and giggles.
Okay.
I was gonna say you're the one, and I was thinking actual, like, you're throwing actual dice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I want to keep what I have.
I was also thinking the roll the Beyond 20 thing that's in Discord could also be
Yeah, 'cause,
utilized
I
as
mean,
well.
like, doing that.
Eh.
Yeah, I mean, if we took that second roll, it was a 15 with only like freaking 30%.
Nah.
So we're just stick with the 1048.
Interesting.
All right. So the rest of the night continues uneventful. Next morning, you all getting up and you realize the rest of the crew is not in their bunks. They're not even at the table eating. And you hear Tootie calling out from out on deck, "Land ho!" And was anybody going out to investigate?
I'm already up there.
Saf, you're sleeping on deck, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so you're already there to see that you guys are coming up close to the Kingdom of Avernus, or Azimus. At some point in the night, the captain had put the gas on the pedal, so to speak, and hold on, and started increasing y'all's speed to get there a little bit faster in the night. And you notice the whole crew is out on deck, and they're all kind of talking amongst themselves with the captain in the middle of them all. Kind of having a hard time hearing him over the wind. Notice you that coming out. The captain kind of nodding, looking at the rest of them. Kind of having like a somber look on his face. He sees the rest of you coming up and looks at the rest of you coming up the steps, and he kind of ushers everybody away. He looks at the rest of you and he goes, "Misfits, come here. I wish to speak to all of you."
Okay.
And he ushers you to follow him over to the helm, where you notice he's got a couple of his bags packed, sitting next to him on the ground. It's not easy for me to make this decision, but given the recent events and everything that has happened, I no longer wish to travel aboard this ship with you. But you all do have quite the quest ahead of you, and I do not wish to be the one in the way of y'all's journey, but I do not wish to hinder it at all either. So, I am leaving this ship to you, in your very capable hands, to do with as you please. And I myself, I have a family back in Azimus who miraculously survived the last attack, and I will be taking my leave to be with my family for the time being. So I leave the ship in your care. And unbelievably enough, he looks kind of around at the rest of the crew. The rest of the crew wishes to stay as well. Under your command, as a group, I will leave command to all of you.
Can we take a brief pause?
Are there any objections?
Wiccan had to run to the bathroom.
Oh. Yeah, okay, we can take a brief pause.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get me a drink. I got a tickle in my throat.
Okay.
Say sorry about that, y'all. All of a sudden I started feeling really nauseous. I felt like I was going to throw up. So I needed to run away without really thinking of anything.
It's okay.
No, I get it. I had to use the restroom myself.
Well, I didn't get up for that break earlier, but at the same time, I didn't have to.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought that was like, oh, I feel like turtle poking out kind of situation or
Oh,
some
no.
shit.
I
Just that was what came to my mind. Is there's a turtle head poking out. It's all squingy.
Trust me, if I
It's
had
making
had
me
to
all
pinch
emotional.
one, trust me, if I had to pinch one at that
Dad,
point
I'm
in time,
prairie dogging.
let me finish. If I'd have had to pinch one just then, trust me, you would have heard me laughing and going, "Oh shit!" and you would have gotten the gist of what happened after that.
Oh no.
But like I said, that was the thought that came in my head. Was just fat bastard sitting there saying,
Oh,
"I got a turtle head poking out."
Yeah, no, I don't know what it was. Something just like punched me right in the chest.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I didn't have to make a lasagna. That's for damn sure.
Ugh.
Ugh.
All right, I think we're ready.
You?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's continue.
Talk about it later. Yes, yes.
All right. So the captain's looked at the rest of you, and is basically saying that he's splitting up the command to all of you as
Oh,
to
Robo.
be in charge of the ship, and the rest
What
of
is
the crew wishes to stay.
Part of the ship.
Part of the crew.
Part of the ship.
Part of the crew.
Oh my God, you two! All right, yeah. So part of the ship, part of the crew. We get it.
Does the ship actually have a name? I forget. If it had been identified.
Well, he explains to you that yes, this ship's name was the Shooting Star, but with the new captains comes a new name, as it is no longer the same ship. So it'll be up to you guys to decide the new name of the ship. Korba even chimes in that even he's going to be staying behind. He's like, I'll stay. The ship's always been my home as long as my son's been here. Even if he's leaving, Korba, the old man.
Oh yeah.
The old man that got everybody fucking high. He's staying.
He wants to stay.
He's my favorite kind of old man.
Always wants to get you high. Yeah. That's my kind of old man right there.
Gosh.
Anyways.
Captain, let me be the first to say thank you for actually getting us as far as you have. And sorry that we actually gave you a big concern throughout this journey. But for sanity's sake, we'll keep the name of the ship, which is called the Shooting Star, in honor of your services.
As noble as that is, Asmodeal, don't you think we should make that decision jointly?
That's my first decision, but you guys can chime in if you wish.
He goes, now, don't think too highly of me. Remember, I was a pirate before. We stole this ship. So, thank you kindly. But that's not necessary.
There could still be honor
once
amongst
we make
pirates.
port. There can be, but once we make port, for all intents and purposes, I am no longer captain of this ship, and this ship no longer has to be named such. So, without further ado, as the ship's coming down into the water and starts skiing into the port, he starts picking up his bags, throwing them over his shoulders. So, without further ado, I bid you all farewell and the best of luck to the rest of you. Because I know you got your work cut out for you.
I pray that whatever gods may still be remaining, somebody watch over you and you avoid any further harm. Captain.
And he kind of looks around at the ship one last time, getting a little teary-eyed. Well, it's one thing to end one's journey on a ship as a pirate. Most times, it ends with them no longer breathing. So being able to walk away with such honors and such a stature amongst the kingdom I live in, I am honored to say that Along this trip, I have met such fine people as yourselves, as chaotic misfits as you might be. I wish you all the best of luck, and I dare say I can even call you friends. As the ship stops, the ramp drops down on the side of the ship down to the pier, and he goes, "Well, farewell. And I do hope our paths do not cross again, because if they do, I can only assume that it is nothing good." And starts walking down the pier as he waves his hand back at you guys. And Tootie up on the lookout. "All right, crew." And everybody comes to the edge, and they begin to salute their old captain as he's walking down the plank. And he gets down to the pier and looks back and returns their salute, and they all drop it and they return back to their posts.
What's their salute?
I will come up with that later, but I am not going to do that right now. I don't even have a camera on me, so
It will not be the salute of Dingistan.
Yes, it will not be the salute.
The other salute I was thinking about is the middle finger salute.
Oh, peace among worlds.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's a it is something related to their pirate well-being or the pirate heritage, if you will. So it is not your typical fanfare favorite salute, or even something you would expect to be of a Royal Navy. It is a very arbitrary and slightly one could even say vindictive salute of sorts.
All right.
Almost like it kind of represents that of a hangman's noose.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because they are, as I said, pirates. So, in a sense, it's a little bit morbid.
All right.
Well, so he gets off the ship. Everybody gets back to their work. Luce, who has now been promoted to the requisitions officer since Boomy passed away, let you guys know that there are some supplies that will need to be restocked upon, but they are kind of short on funds. I'm just curious to know how you wish to fund paying for everything on the ship at this point. If there are certain jobs or certain funds of which that you might have that could help towards the requisition of extra goods and resources.
I reach in my bag of holding. And I believe if I remember correctly, you said I think most of us probably had giant gems in them.
Yes.
I pull one out.
It's the size of his head, and he holds it in both of his hands, and he's just like,
"Wow,
that should do it. Yes, I'm sure I can fetch just enough gold to cover our means for now. Thank you for this.
You're welcome.
Give me some time, and we shall return back to the ship with the supplies needed. Now, if you do, please just do not leave without us." He calls for a couple of the nameless crew members to follow him, and they go off into the city to go find your supplies. But that being said, you guys do have some empty spaces available on your ship. You could even try to recruit more people to join you if you wish.
Might not be a bad idea.
I agree.
Find a couple new crew members. Which of the named crew members might be in charge of that?
It's the captain's job.
Oh, it's our job.
And all of us are, and all of us are the captain.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh,
We are Legion.
For we are many.
Yep.
And you guys do have plenty of rooms above deck as well for people wishing to purchase passage somewhere. So you could even try to offer your services to people. You just gotta show people that you're
I would
open
say
for
probably
business.
not. Shouldn't be a shuttle ship because of the fact that all the bad shit that we have traveling to try and kill us.
Yeah, that's already tried to kill us. That's already tried to destroy this ship. Like that. Like
I would say we've had a dragon. We've had now a necromancer. I mean,
it would be better for us to not. God damn it! I didn't realize that she was talking to. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was just wondering who was the person that was second in command to the captain?
Karn.
Lauren?
Karn, the one that glows. Travasi's sleeping with.
Is he up on deck?
The one that Travasi's fucking. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't know, Travasi. Have you two come out of your room yet?
I would think so, yeah.
Wait, did he
Yeah.
fuck you or did you fuck him?
Oh
Like,
my God.
Yeah.
or
Yes is
both.
the
Like,
answer. He's a vampire. Okay.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. He's got. He can make
There's
a few
no one
holes.
alive who can comprehend his sexual preference.
It's not definable. Got it.
Yeah.
At this
I
point,
yell
we're
out,
up on
Karn,
deck with everyone else.
try and get his attention, come over.
He looks at you and goes, yes.
I think we should maybe think about getting a few more recruits on board. It's a little sparse of people.
Well,
I'd say.
do remember this: with more crew members comes more pay for them. We don't work for free, you know. The captain was paying all of
And that will not be a problem. We very
them.
much
As I
have.
can tell, if you're carrying around gems like that, as he mentions the one you gave to Cluse. As long as those aren't short of comedy, then you should be fine.
I'd sort of say I'm. With more crew members, that also means a heavier ship. We're not going to move as fast.
Oh no.
No, that's
This
not
ship
wrong.
does not understand what the meaning of weight is.
Okay.
Jack Harkness has entered the verse. Oh my god, you know, I would be okay with that.
Okay.
I would not be opposed to Jack Harkness.
Who's Jack Harkness?
Oh god. He's oh god, what's his was it Doctor Who?
Doctor Who. He's a character.
not-
on
it's Doctor Who.
He also has his own show.
Okay, is that why
yeah.
why I heard you blaspheming whatever the fuck that robot is from
A Darlek?
a Dalek?
A Darlek.
Dalek.
Yeah,
I think it's
last night,
Dalek.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I know I may not be a Whovian, but I at least know the exterminate, you know, that thing.
And it's
Yeah,
just
she
like-
said it wrong. It's okay. She kept saying extermination. It's
Oh,
no,
I
it's
heard her.
extermination.
I was just in the other room. I heard her. I was like, as soon as I knew what was being said and why it was being said, I'm like, oh no, I'm not a Whovian, but I'd be damned if I'm not gonna fucking say something.
All right. Well, so you guys can hold open interviews to see who's there, but you do notice that there's a young woman standing at the pier with an umbrella over her head, and she's wearing what almost looks like a kimono, but like a very D&D-esque version of it. She doesn't have it tied up. She's kind of got it flowing over her, and she's got another shirt and pants on underneath. And she's kind of staring up at your ship with a big old smile. She looks up at you guys. She goes, I like your ship. She's a beauty.
Gibbs.
Yeah.
You're giving us an Asian Mary Poppins?
No.
Oh,
she's
come
not Asian.
on.
Anyway, I look at her. I'm like, what do you want?
I can't even read that word for some reason.
Souffle.
Souffle?
Souffle?
Souffle girl? I don't know what that reference is to.
I think
Tyler, sorry.
I think souffle actually has a T in it, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, but that's not how souffle is actually spelled, if I remember correctly.
I've cooked enough of them on Disney Dreamlight Valley. I should know how to spell it.
No, because that's one of the girls that Doctor picks up along the way. She mentions like one of the first things she's talked about is how to make a souffle, because the souffle is not the souffle. It's you have to watch it to understand what he's getting at. But yes, I do believe that's how you spell souffle.
No, I don't.
There's two
think
F's.
so. Yes,
It's
there is.
yeah. I had spelling it differently.
Well, not everyone's a spelling master.
There.
I am. I can't help it if I'm a grammar Yahtzee, okay?
Hey, I'm with you, so I'm not against that.
Get off me.
Now,
Okay, continue.
she kind of yells up. She's like, "Y'all wouldn't by chance be needing any mechanics of sorts, would you?"
Oh.
Oh,
And
I've
like,
had some experience working on
a
some of
skilled
these
one you are.
magic
Business
engines
for
of
one?
yours.
I heard jack
What?
shit.
Again,
What? I can't hear you all at once.
I yelled down, we might be in the business of looking for one.
Because even Raph, the engineer, he's kind of just like, I could use some help down below deck. I mean, it's just
How
me
about
down
you
there.
come on up and we talk?
I got one
She's
better.
like, okay.
I got one better. I jump off ship and I go, "Welcome aboard!" Reaching out my hand.
Wow.
Just don't ask her how she gets her eggs. Okay. All right. So yeah, so she gladly grabs you by the hand as you kind of try to escort her up the ramp, and allows you to escort her up the ramp with a big old smile on her face. And she's just looking in awe at the whole ship, and she's like, "You get a load of this thing? This is just the fanciest thing I have ever seen. Wow. Oh man, I can't wait to see what the engines look like. I bet it's just fantastic down there."
Would you care for a guided tour? Because I have no idea where everything is, and I could use the guide as well.
Can I really? It's not too much to ask, is it? I don't want to impose. I mean, I don't even have the job yet.
No, technically you have gotten the job because I said, "Welcome aboard," since you're actually speaking to one of the captains.
One of the captains. What?
one of the captains.
Who's? All of you are captains? How does
Yes.
that work? My
Well,
last captain, he was kind of an asshole at times, but well, we all liked him all the same. But when our ship crashed and burned, I mean, it was really nothing else we could do to salvage it. So I'm looking for work.
As for the whole captain situation, long story. I'll tell you later. Let's go on and look through the ship, shall we?
So she goes along with you. No one's got a problem with this?
No.
I do. I'm
Nobody
wondering.
want to roll
I'm wondering
insight
it.
or nothing?
Excuse them, Ma. That's why I was going to ask her questions.
Like,
Does
hold
I
up.
make
Before
my
you start
ass-
showing her all the sensitive details, let's talk to her first. Dingus is all like,
Exactly.
yes, I'm going to get lucky tonight.
He wants to give her a guided tour directly to her fucking room, his room.
I make my way down there, and I'm like, should we be asking questions first?
Like her credentials.
Other ships
That's a
she's
fair
worked
point.
on. Yeah.
Her
Fine,
knowledge of
since-
engines.
Fine, since you all just want to kill the Y boner I have going on, whatever.
Oh, sure. I can tell you about my previous ship. It was called the Serenity. But unfortunately, she did crash. The captain didn't allow me to maintain the ship properly, and, well, she crashed and burned, and, well, I'm out of a job. But as long as I have the resources to take care of the ship, she'll always stay in the air.
Now, you mentioned you had other crew members that might be looking for some work, perhaps?
No, just me. The rest of them died.
Oh!
I was just about to ask how many of your crew
Our
was
pilot-
left after that.
Our pilot died first. Everybody else died shortly after the crash from other means.
Do you
I'm not
happen to
really-
know, anybody out there that happen to have worked on ships that might be looking for work?
No,
Solara.
I'm not from here.
I would like to cast perception on this person.
Huh.
Like,
be
so
insight. You're more than
perceive
welcome to roll
this person because something doesn't feel right.
But it's
Yeah,
going to be an
same.
insight check.
An
Alright, that
insight
would be
check.
insight.
Insight. Okay. So,
Okay.
okay.
Byron
What
gets
about
it.
your passive insight?
Passive insight is 14. So let me.
Oh,
Mine's 15, but that probably wouldn't even be enough.
Okay.
can I use my passive insight?
You sure can.
Oh, my
What
my
are they?
passive.
21.
Yeah, same,
Oh
21?
God.
same for me
She's
too.
telling you the truth.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, she's telling the truth.
You're saying that to
It's a
all
little-
of us.
Yes.
Yeah, to all of you. I mean,
Okay.
you can tell that she's definitely telling the truth. A little bit of a wild story, but she's telling you the truth about how it all went down.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Even I don't need much insight to see all of this, but can't you see I actually have a good idea and I can totally read people? Duh.
No, your lower half is reading people right now, sir. And we
Speaking
were
of which,
just double checking.
Yeah.
What was the mechanic's name?
We haven't
Oh,
got.
my name is Kylie.
No, the
Kylie.
one that was on the ship.
Oh, that's Raph.
Huh?
Raph.
Bless
Raph?
you.
Raph, like Raphael.
Perhaps we should have Raph escort her to the engine room.
Raph, like, yeah, that's a good idea. Let me be the one to show her around. He's like, no offense there, Asmodeus, but these are quite intricate systems that require a great deal of knowledge, and I have first-hand knowledge on how they work. So perhaps I should be the one to show her around the engine compartment. As he kind of walks up and starts trying to like usher her away from you.
By all means. Looks at the group. DEFCON 1 cock blockers.
You can never be too careful. She just randomly showed up out of the blue. What do you expect us to do?
Thaola has a point.
You saw what happened with the last random person that got put on the ship. It turned out to be a fucking necromancer that was fucking Atticus's mother.
That part.
She is not my mother.
What he said, and therefore, if anybody else needs me, I'll be in my room. I turn around, walk away with middle finger pointing at everybody that just totally cock blocked me.
I roll my eyes at Asmodeus.
And you find out later that it's actually his mother. Asmodeus' mother.
Oh god, no more mothers. We're not involving any more mothers. It's just getting really weird and almost being described as something that needs to stay on Pornhub, okay?
No, that shit would not end up on there. It would because it's classy. It's on somebody's OnlyFans page.
Oh, damn.
Come on.
I cannot.
It's still just as good.
It's a little classier. You know what I mean? Like.
So me personally, I hop over the side of the ship, say, "Fuck this shit! I'm going to get drunk."
Okay, so you're gonna go stay on
Alrighty.
the ship and get drunk, or are you gonna go try to find a bar and get drunk?
No, I just literally just take off flying into town, just being like, I need to find a bar.
So yes,
Anybody
you
wish
are
to
going.
join her?
So yes, you
Does
are
anybody else
going to
wish to
find a
join
bar.
her? There's several bars in town. You looking for classy, middle class, low class, dive? Or- see how that bar
I'm
gets
looking for a local saloon that, may or may not eventually turn into a fucking bar brawl.
A saloon. Okay.
All right. Meanwhile, I'm going to go back to Karin, and I'm going to have him and maybe one of our other captains come along with me so we can maybe find some other crew members.
Arn recommends that going to one of the lower end bars might be your best bet to find somebody willing to work on the ship for menial pay. It says you start finding people in the higher class ones, you're gonna get a higher cost for lower output. You start having the cheaper ones, start paying them with the lower pay and the promise of food and alcohol. There's plenty of alcohol as they can drink. You got good workers.
All right.
And he's like, if you don't believe me, he kind of gestures at the rest of the crew. Just look at us. And look where it got us.
I mean,
Well,
where do you
sir.
think, Saf's trying to go Shanghai a few people, so I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
Well, sir,
Okay.
I will take your advice and we'll head out.
All right. So you're going to go set up shop to try to hire some people. And does anybody else wish to stay aboard the ship? Or does anybody else wish to go off the ship?
I'm gonna stay.
I'm gonna stick with Solara just so she's not alone out there.
Thanks.
Okay.
Of course.
But Karn lets you guys know before you all leave that it's very possible for every one of you to leave the ship and leave it protected. He goes, there's one little failsafe we have here on the ship to keep any unwanteds off the ship so we don't have to worry about being boarded while we're not here.
Okay.
And he mentions on the dash there's another little button. There's a nice little shiny gold button right next to a big red button. It mentions you do not touch the red button. We do not touch the little red button. But this button right here, this is the protective bubble that goes around the ship.
What does the little red button do?
It's best we don't discuss the little red button. But if you must know, to keep you from pressing the little red button, it will destroy the ship instantaneously with everybody aboard.
Oh.
Gotcha.
So we do not touch the little red button. It will cause the engines to explode, causing a massive eruption of magical energy. I'm fairly certain there would be very little of anything that could survive such a blast.
Understood.
On a outside note, like out of character, why the hell is a failsafe like that ever put in? Like when it comes to stuff like that, why is there always a self-destruct button? Why?
Last resort.
I don't get it.
It's always
think
last
about the kind of
resort.
destructive power this ship has.
Yeah.
And what that could possibly be used against. And it's not like there's a magic key to operate the ship. It's a boat with magic engines. So bear that in mind. It's anybody can get on board and be like, all right, we're taking off now. And just be going on, like.
I see.
And then before you know it, they could literally use the forward cannons. And if they got the right people on the ship with them, they could use all the cannons and begin firing upon anybody. So, yes, there's reasons. Now, so
fair enough.
that being
Thank you
said,
for
those of you
defining
going
that.
into town-
I was completely unaware. Apparently.
Well, I mean, also it's always a good idea to have something like that for theatrics. Let's say someone's trying to do the whole self-sacrifice. There's a crazy monster below deck that's eradicating everybody. That if it gets to shore, will eliminate all life on land. We need to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm going to go down with the ship. Everybody else get off. Like
very
think
superhero-esque.
about it.
Yeah,
Well,
I got it.
Look at any of the Alien movies.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I get it.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Okie dokie. There we go. So, staff is looking for a bar. Me and Atticus are taking Karn's advice and also heading for a bar. People where they gather and finding workers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you happen to find yourself at the same bar that Saf has landed at.
Oh no.
We're gonna call this. We're gonna call this the tilted kilt.
The tilted kilt.
Because this
what is that
tilted
from?
kilt?
I don't know.
Well, it's an actual bar in real life.
Oh.
Right, I thought that was from a movie. I'm sorry.
No, it's an actual bar in real life. It's although it's the Tilton Kilton is it's the Tilton Kilton is what's supposed to be called. And there's a few of them across the country, and it's what you would imagine. It is a Hooters, but it is a Scottish themed Hooters.
Oh my goodness.
Right on.
Understood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
So we're at Tilted Kilt.
This one's the Tilted Kilt. And of course, you got a lot of fine maidens walking around with very short kilts, butts hanging out and everything.
Oh,
very
my.
tight shirts, all cruising around, skimpy little outfits. There's sailors all over the place, getting drunk all over the place. So who wishes to be the one to announce that we are looking for help?
I will.
Oh, here, hop up on top of me so you can get your voice out there a little bit more.
Okay.
And roll performance.
And roll performance.
To make sure that we can actually pull that off.
Performance. My performance is suckish. But let's see if my
18.
dice lucky.
Wait, 18 plus something. Sorry, let me check my numbers. You said performance?
Yeah.
Performance.
Yeah.
So 18 plus 1 from that, and then so that's 20. That's a dirty 20. So.
I got 1.
You got a 1?
So my thing is a.
So you're like a
plus
mouse in a
1.
lion's den. You're like, hello.
Okay, god damn it.
Nobody hears you.
All right,
Wiccan, you rolled performance?
Yeah, I did.
He got a dirty 20.
What did you roll?
20.
You got a dirty 20? So
Yeah.
you hear her very unsuccessfully trying to get everybody's attention because she's talking too quietly. So you bellow out, "Hey, assholes, listen up!"
just
And
raise my
everybody kind
hand right here.
of at you for a
Like,
second.
And then Solara, continue.
I muster up my courage and yell, "We are looking for help for our ship. We are offering food and alcohol and pay. Who's willing to help?"
There's some murmuring and mumbling amongst the group. How do we know you'll actually pay us? Another one's just like, how much alcohol are we talking?
As much as you can drink.
Oh, please don't. They'll have their they'll be
there's
shit faced dead.
But there's
Well,
the
I
cups
mean-
that refill themselves.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The mug of holding.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, they have a
Mug of
few
the
mugs
holy
like that meant
ale.
specifically for. Well, they have a few mugs that are meant specifically for that. Now they do have stores of alcohol down in their cargo area, where they have very specific kinds of alcohol, very special kinds, very expensive kinds. But
Okay,
for the
so
most part, when everybody's just drinking to drink, they've got their like dozen or so mugs that are meant just for that.
it'd be nice to have in real life, wouldn't it?
No shit.
Interesting.
Oh, you're telling me, man. I don't even drink anymore, and that sounds nice.
Just having a nice ale. You know what I mean? Just sit back and chill.
So you have two men walk up immediately. One's missing most of his teeth, looking really grungy, kind of gross looking. The other one, slightly taller, skinnier, looks a little bit cleaner, but he's got a real nasty burn scar on the side of his face.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "I'll be willing to come on." And my partner here, he's willing to come too. And he
I know
kind of
it.
looks up at him and he's just like, "Partner, you don't refer to me as your partner, you understand?" "Oh, please. We're sailors, for crying out loud. It's expected of us almost." "So, yes, my partner and I will come with. There's one condition. We get to share our own bunk."
Bob, there's no problem with that, but I do have a question. Of the both of
Sure.
you. What is your experience on ships before?
Is that required? It's mostly
Yeah,
we've just
I-
ridden on them. Like, we don't really, like, we've seen your ship. We know which one you got. We can hoist the sails. We know how to hoist sails.
Okay, that's
The
a
tall
good
one looks down to
experience.
the skinnier one. And he's just like, you could have at least tried to beef it up a little bit more. I was gonna try to swab the decks, and we know how to pack the cannons and clean them. But fine, yes, that's all we've ever really done. Actually, we've only ever hoisted
You'll
the
learn
sails.
you'll learn more on the ship then.
Absolutely, but it's a good idea to know what they're good at already. You know.
Right.
They're just extra hands, really. I mean, that's what you're going for here at this point.
Yep.
But
It
some
should have come in
experience
handy.
is good.
And also, just having some nameless bodies to use as cannon fodder if time comes down. I'm sorry, did I say that aloud?
Yes, you did.
You did, and I disagree with the idea.
From the back of the bar, you hear, "Welcome aboard!"
When we look up and see us from Dragonborn.
Well, so you have a couple more. Do you wish to attempt to try to lure more in, try to be a bit more convincing about it?
In this particular bar.
Yeah, go ahead. You can try to roll again for a performance. Try to get more people, or a roll for persuasion even.
All right. Persuasion.
I was gonna say I'll roll persuasion for sure. So
neither my performance or persuasion are very good, but I'm gonna give a crack at least at performance.
I've got good additionals on that one.
9, 10 minus 2.
16. Hell yeah.
16
plus 16. Sorry, 16 plus
killing me.
7.
My dice are
So
not
that's
rolling.
23, 24. So 24 on persuasion.
If I
Okay.
may also interject, if I could,
Oh.
offer my
Sure.
services as well.
Sure.
I thought you were already with us, but okay.
She's
Oh, I
She
drinking.
is.
No, as far as
She
assisting
hasn't
you,
rolled or said anything.
No, I really haven't said much other than, the 2 cannon fodder are hired. If you could roll for my persuasion and charisma, dear dungeon lord.
you
Okay.
rolled a 20.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there
Rolled
we
a
go.
20. Oh my gosh.
No, I just
So-
rolled a nat 24.
I basically also shout out the men that join our ship. The more men that do, the more clothes that come off of me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh Lord.
What was that warning that I had on there? Maybe is that am I needing to put that out again?
Good.
If you're not above
you already had
18, look
15?
out.
You already had 15 people lining up to be registered.
Oh
Additional 8 more. You got 25 total with the first 2.
I look at Evan and I'm like, you think we found enough?
To my, I lean over to my compatriots and I say, "You're welcome," and start to stretch.
I look at
Dear
Atticus and I'm like,
God.
we should probably get them to the ship.
All right. And that's where we're going to end game tonight. You guys taking your new crew members back to the ship?
Mm-hmm.
As you guys get back, you see Clue showing up with the rest of your guys' supplies. He's like, oh, just in time. We're loading up the rest of our supplies and ammunition and right now. But we even got something a little extra special out of it. He kind of slaps his hand on a crate sitting next to him. He says, these right here, this will definitely pack some punches.
Like, well, we went and found some more hands. Someone might need
I
some,
see that.
training on a few things, but should get the
We
gist
might
of
have to
everything.
rearrange some of our sleeping arrangements. And, as captains, I do believe that that means that you are all entitled to your own rooms. Every one of you. So it means that there's more bunks for the rest of these
Yep.
salty dogs to sleep in.
I would say, I know that I can't remember which one that me and Bastion went into. I know there was Boomy and there was the other guy.
Well, there's a few officers that have passed away, so there's a few open rooms for the rest of you. You're Travasi, you're already sharing a room with
Karn.
Karn,
Yeah.
in second in command. And they're still the main captain's chambers.
I don't have a room yet, I don't think.
Oh.
Hmm?
I was like,
Right now, you got just one of the open bunks.
I'll probably
Okay.
find a room.
I kind of want dibs on the captain's chambers, just saying.
I had a feeling somebody was
not
going to
big
try to
on
call
that.
dibs on it.
not
We will
big
have a
on that.
game to decide how that happens next session.
okay.
Another drinking game.
Okay.
Oh god.
Nope.
So
Something else.
All right.
But we will get to
Either
that
way.
next session as far as deciding who
All
gets
right.
that room.
I was about to say I would appear on deck just completely nude and just walk downstairs.
Now, for the love of God.
All right.
Alrighty.
That's end
Right.
game.
yeah, that's it, I guess, right?
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Yep.
End
So we're gonna
game.
wrap things up tonight.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Ugly. Ah, dude, what? No, what are you talking about?
Okay.
All right.
You've obviously never seen a Dragonborn work it before, dude.
Oh, buddy.
All right.
Can we not say we never have ever?
All right.
Definitely.
Let me
For the time being.
leave
So
the shared chat.
tonight was better. Tonight was a good one. It's definitely a
Leave
lot to
that.
take in as was obvious.
All right. So we're gonna find somebody to raid. Who we gonna raid tonight? You know what? We're gonna raid over. Let's see. Shit. Okay, we got a few people. So we're gonna raid over to. We're gonna raid over to the social club, maybe. No, you know what? We're gonna raid over to Dark Fusion. Dark Fusion is playing the fork knife. Alright, so we're gonna raid over to Dark Fusion.
Triple kill! Triple kill! Get the tags!
Alright,
Mid.
guys, non-binary pals, thank you so much for being here tonight and being here for this wonderful experience that we've been having tonight. It was great, as per usual. It's always fun when we're playing D&D, but just know
How? Why?
As per usual, that you're loved, you're appreciated. Nobody's told you today, I'm proud of you. But also, make sure to take care of yourself. Drink the water, eat the food, get some sleep. And I will see y'all all next time. Later, Nilla. Love you. Probably see you in general chat here in just a little bit. But y'all have a great rest of your night. And here is a boot for the road. I'll see y'all later. Good night.